It is Monday, and I just got one thing to say before that intro hits. Attention, air traffic control. There's a flock of Eagles on their way to New Orleans to Super Bowl 59, and damn it, it's time to talk about it. So do us a favor, kick back, relax, fly Eagles fly. 609 Sports Talk, episode 28, starts right now. And welcome in everybody back to another edition of 609 Sports Talk, live here on Facebook and of course live over on YouTube. We are coming to you guys live from Hamilton, New Jersey. Of course, this is the show where we unite fans and ignite debate. I don't know how much igniting of a debate we will have tonight. I think it's just going to be more of a celebration. So, as always, we are your hosts, Sam Nelson, Tyler Adams, always, and of course, friend of the show, special guest, Eagle fan, Matt Arendek. Gentlemen, I think I know the answer to this question, but how the hell are we doing today?
Got 3 words. Happy Victory Monday. You know what? Screw 3 words. Happy Victory Monday Super Bowl edition.
Yes. Little Super Bowl edition. But yes, that is, of course, what we are talking about. Eagles are on their way back to Super Bowl 59. We're on a redemption tour. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm on a damn redemption tour. So we're going to talk. We have a couple little topics to go on throughout the show. We'll talk about Bills and Chiefs once again, which basically just seems like the same story every year. Someone's going to screw it. Someone on Buffalo is going to screw something up.
It's pretty much Brock Roman.
And, good Lord. No, the difference between Brock and Roman, usually both of them had a chance to win. But we're not doing that. The chat's going off. What's up, Anthony? Good game, Anthony? Brother. I know
Anthony,
it didn't look like a good game.
Screw the 3 words. 3 words wasn't enough.
Yeah, we don't need 3 words here. But as everyone saw, the Philadelphia Eagles offense went absolutely freaking nuts yesterday, putting up 460 yards total offense, rushing for 7 touchdowns.
Man.
7 rushing touchdowns. Saquon Barkley had 3. Jalen Hurts had the other 3, and Will Shipley had 1. Saquon Barkley only had 15 carries and averaged 8 yards a freaking carry. All in this, heading the Eagles off to their second Super Bowl appearance in 3 years. And, of course, we have that rematch with the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not going to talk too much about that yet. We're going to save that for next week's show. But let's talk about it, gentlemen. How are we feeling today? The floor is, whoever wants to go first is yours.
Matt, would you like to start us off?
Go ahead. I want to piggyback off of you.
All right. I guess I'll start it off. I mean, what do we hear all week heading into this game? Washington's the hot team. Look what they did to the Lions. That was real cute watching what's his name? De'Ami Brown, Scary Terry going up against the Detroit Lions, 3rd and 4th stringers. They looked real good out there. What does it look like when you're playing the best defense in football? He had one big play where he beat Slay. Congratulations. He was quiet the rest of the game. De'Ami Brown probably had one of the – there were multiple momentum-changing plays in the game, but him fumbling that football, giving us that great field position early in that, was it first quarter still?
Yep.
That pretty much showed you right there the difference between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. The Commanders will try and keep pace with you by scoring touchdowns, but what did our defense do? They got themselves off the field all throughout the day. They did it via turnovers, getting the stops. I get first quarter, they were feeling the game out. They were letting a lot of third and fourth downs get converted, but they locked in what they've done all year.
Yep.
And then, man, let me bring it over to the offensive side of the football. The man Saquon Barkley. What does he not do? If he's not the National League MVP, the NFL MVP, I don't know what the award means anymore.
No.
I don't know who you give it to. Because first play, he just decides, break this one for a touchdown. Oh, there's a couple guys trying to stop me. Stiff arm, spin move, juke, cut. He's a different animal. He's quite literally unstoppable. And it's funny that out of the 3 games we've played the Commanders this year, he did put up his lowest rushing numbers on them. But he also put up the highest average on them, as well as 3 touchdowns. And then let's bring it over to Jalen Hurts. Everyone making a big deal. Oh, we're going to make him a runner. We're going to treat him like a runner. Okay, cool. People seem to forget a lot that Jalen Hurts can pass the football. People like to forget that 2 years ago in the Super Bowl, he outperformed Patrick Mahomes. That scoop and score for a touchdown was the decision of the game.
We can make the case there was
there were some zebras on the field who had some swaying decisions.
But to where you're getting at, though, if you want to be in hindsight, I'm sick and tired of talking about Super Bowl 57, but
because now we got a new Super Bowl to talk about. But I'm just playing the flashback real quick because people seem to like to forget that this team isn't just Saquon Barkley running the football. They will beat you however they need to beat you. And guess what? The Commanders came in. They tried to stop Saquon Barkley. It didn't work. But guess what? Once they started, stacking the box a little more, slow them down, they went to the air. They got everybody in the game. A.J. Brown. People started to question, what's up with A.J. Brown? What's going on? He was just waiting for his time.
He had Marshon Lattimore in his field.
He's not being selfish. He almost got Lattimore ejected from the game.
Especially
that's how much he was in his feelings.
That first target, he dropped it. Everybody was going crazy on Facebook.
Yeah, and then he locked in. AJ finished with 6 for 96, 1 touchdown. Dallas Goedert all over the field, 7 catches, 85 yards. Smitty, 4 catches for 45 yards.
Sam,
the whole offense just fired on all cylinders.
I got to say, the night before we played, Sam, you was right. He told me Kellen Moore was going to have the coaching game of his life after Dallas screwed him because it came out to be he was supposed to be the head coach. And you was right, Sam, that he was going to be pissed off and he was going to coach the game of his life. And sure enough, that man was throwing jet sweeps to Dallas Goedert. I never seen him.
I loved it. And they couldn't stop it. It was like a guaranteed 7 or 8 yards every time.
Pop passes to Devontae. I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for them to do that with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because, here's the thing. With the way Jalen Hurts is as a passer, and this is just strictly, again, not the arm of a Josh Allen or a Pat Mahomes. I'd say he could be more accurate than Josh Allen. Because, I'm sorry, the 4th and 5 deep ball to AJ, I could see Josh Allen just, that ball's out of bounds by 8 yards. But we know AJ is going to be his first read. Dallas on a lot of those quick ones where he rolls out, bam, it's mostly Goddard. Saquon on the check down. Sometimes it's kind of hard to place where Devontae Smith kind of fits in. And that's how you have to get him involved. Get him on jet sweeps, little touch toss passes, stuff like that. Because it's so damn difficult with all these playmakers. We're going to get them all involved. Now, everyone sees on the screen. The chat is up on the screen with us now. Instead of having us pin comments, we can see everybody's comments right here. And before we continue, Anthony's here, Kaylee's here. Carol, you did it again. You said it. You called a victory Monday, and because of that, we're going back to the Super Bowl. Carol has been spot on with this every single week.
I would also like to say I never doubted them yesterday. I said they were going to dominate them from the beginning, and I stood by that, and it happened. I was told it was going to be a close game within 6 points.
What did I say, Sam, last week on the show? So the same thing 2 years ago. No rookie was coming to Philadelphia and beating us with a chance to go to the Super Bowl. It was not happening.
Yeah.
I know Brock Purdy, they're different.
To Sam's credit, yeah, he's right. Jaden Daniels is way better than Brock Purdy.
Yep.
At the end of the day,
oh my God,
still a rookie quarterback. The noise can get to you. The pressure can get to you.
Yeah, but if you kind of think of it when it comes to Jaden Daniels, I'm not trying to and first of all, Anthony's comment here, this is just exactly, Anthony's pinpointing this. The Commanders, Jaden Daniels, what he just did, is basically the NFL equivalent, and Matt may agree, of 2001 Iverson, 2007 LeBron James. He took this team as far as he could by himself.
Yeah,
but he's, first of all, Washington, no offense, I love Jonathan Allen, I love Bobby Wagner. Their run defense has been dog shit all season. The Lions game, this is why Jahmyr Gibbs should not have only had 13 carries, because their run defense is terrible. Now,
damn, Sam, you're not even going to quote me.
But it is. It's been like that all year. We've seen it the first two games against the Eagles. Mm-hmm. And they've got young players on that defense, but no offense, Mikey Sanders he looked like a rookie yesterday. He got his welcome to the NFL moment.
And I'll tell you one thing. For all Washington fans, this was what was going to happen the second game if y'all didn't take out Jalen with that dirty-ass hit, Louisville. This was going to happen. We were going to blast them. We was going to blow the doors off in that second game. That was going to happen.
Once again yesterday on the one jump hit him in the head.
Did you see what Brian Robinson tried to do?
What he tried to do?
Was Brian Robinson in the game?
Tried to take out Carter, and Carter jumped over him.
Oh, really? Tried to chop block him?
Tried to chop block him. He leaped over. He looked like Barkley. He jumped over him. Completely missed.
Is that why Jalen Carter tried to hit him into the ground so hard he knocked the wind out of himself?
Probably. He was like, "You trying to hurt me? See how you feel when I put all my body weight on you."
Man, what he did, Tyler Biotis,
I feel bad because I feel like Tyler Biotis a lot. I feel bad for the guy. Got pancakes in the face again.
He grabbed him by his face mask and twisted it first. So Carter slapped him. I think they should have both got penalties for it, but hey, whatever.
Yep.
And people crying about the whole, Lattimore with A.J. Brown. Oh, A.J. Brown. Well, guess what? That's y'all get when C.J. Gardner didn't do nothing and got hit and got ejected.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anthony, how are you trying to stop the run when you're jumping 5 feet in the air?
Yeah.
And he hit Jalen right in the head. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony, he literally clubbed him. And, first of all, the one person who did not appreciate the Luvu jumps, which I love it because I love guys trying to stop that tush push. I think it's hilarious. One guy who I guarantee you did not enjoy that was Cam Jurgens. Cam Jurgens was like, dude, I'm not even supposed to be. Cam Jurgens was basically the equivalent of somebody coming in on the last day of vacation. You ever be out of a job, and you come back on your last day, you're like, shit.
I just want to say one thing off of one of his comments about let's not pretend. Please don't say that. Because
Chris Canty's been in love with that.
All week long. So, as a matter of fact, since the second game, all I heard was how Washington was his big bad team, and Jaden Daniels was the second coming, and we were in trouble, and this and this. It didn't matter if we had Hurts out there or not. Now all of a sudden, don't act like you guys weren't going to win. Because if we would have lost, we would have been overrated. Would have been this, would have been that. But now since they lost, it's people are saying, "Oh, you played a rookie," or "Let's not pretend Eagles were going to win." Come on.
Yeah, that's what it was when we beat them the first time in the season. They were on that hot streak. It was just a rookie.
And that's the point. This is not something coming from Anthony. Anthony is the most realistic Commanders fan I know.
I'm not taking a shot at him.
No, this ain't. But literally, in the national media, Jaden Daniels, and rightfully so, the best rookie quarterback season I've ever seen in my life. But now in the national, with Chris Canty, which I don't even know why Chris Canty's allowed to talk about football.
Yeah,
now he's a rookie quarterback. He was the second coming of freaking Brady. Now he's a rookie quarterback.
That's what I'm saying, Anthony. I'm not. If you think I'm talking about you, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're not talking about you. We're talking about the national attention that this gives us.
Because some Commanders fans I was arguing with yesterday, saying, "Oh, you only beat a rookie in this." I'm like, I knew y'all was gonna do that. I knew it. I knew it was gonna come. Like Sam, like you said, before we talked the other night before the game, it was a lose-lose. If we lost, we was gonna be overrated. If we win, we only beat a rookie.
But this is just what we've dealt with every year.
Yep.
We dealt with this during the last Super Bowl run. It's every time. It's always the Eagles could have the best record by far and ahead the entire league. They'll still be the underdog coming into that game.
We can go undefeated and we'll still be the same thing.
First of all, I don't want to get too much into it because of next week, but I just want to say that I think this year's team is light years better than the 2022 team.
Yeah, of course.
This team.
The guy coaching the defense alone makes them light years better. Because I'll tell you right now, and I don't want to hear nothing about New Orleans interviewing Kellen Moore. I don't care. Kellen Moore coached an NFC title game better than Jonathan Gannon coached an entire playoff run.
I'm going to say this one thing. This team this year is better than the last two Super Bowl teams by far.
Yeah,
I think we're better than 2017. That team, I think we're better than them.
They have the firepower.
If we're on here in 2 weeks happier than a freaking bear that finds shit in the woods, then I may agree with you. Because Super Bowl 52's team will still always be the better one as of right now because they're the only one that did something. That's how we measure this. But now, I'll tell you something. If 2 weeks from now things go our way, I don't want to hear a damn word about my head coach again.
No. All he does is win.
I don't want to hear a damn word about this anymore because you know what? I have heard how great of a damn coach Dan Campbell is, and him and Sirianni literally do the same damn thing. Did y'all see? Not the lot, like you see the locker room speech at the end of each game. We see that. Did you not see DJ Gardner-Johnson on the sidelines crying, being hugged and consoled by his head coach? This is why Nick Sirianni has created a culture here. And okay, I get something. Nick has been to one Super Bowl and has lost it. Okay, well, there's another coach that was in Philadelphia. He got to a Super Bowl in 2004 and lost. He never got back to the Super Bowl.
Nope.
The guy that won us the Super Bowl, yes, that was great. The hell with getting back there. He never even won 10 games in a season after that. We won 9 games for the next 2 years until everything in 2020 went to shit.
Yep.
What Nick Sirianni has done this year with this team has kept them. This is the team. They're as close. Now, when you want to talk about off the field, how this team is connected together and been through all this adversity from the 2-2 start to all the other stuff, it reminds you of 2017. The vibes that this team gives you remind you of that team in 2017. I didn't feel that in 2022. Now, they were good, but I didn't feel like you didn't feel that in 2022. They didn't hate each other, but I didn't feel like that kind of stuff. First of all, the thing that really hurts is that your defensive coordinator had 1 foot out the door before the damn Super Bowl even started. Number 2, I want special FBI agents on guard at that damn stadium in New Orleans and keep an eye on that damn field.
Yeah.
I want that field inspected every day until we get there.
I found out the other day. I was reading about that. The Godfather. I didn't know. You know, he's a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
You didn't know
No,
that?
he's not just a Chiefs fan. He is the Chiefs grounds. He's the head grounds crewman
Yeah, I
for the
actually know that.
Chiefs.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why they were. Well, that's why it was so controversial. It's not just that the field was bad; it was the fact that they brought in the guy from Kansas City, and then it just so happens that that field was slippery as hell.
And the stuff happens. They
Odd.
were all prepared for it. We weren't.
Yeah, they were all prepared, had the right shoes and equipment. It's very very suspicious.
It's all right. You know what? All I'm gonna say is, bring on the red bastards, because there ain't no damn 3-peat happening. We ended one dynasty with New England. We'll end another one.
Like, here's the thing. I wouldn't even. I would actually feel a little bit. I like Bills Mafia. I love Bills fans. I love Josh Allen. I don't hate the freaking Bills. I don't like McDermott because he cost his defense cost me in 2010. Still upset about that. But anyway, no, I don't hate the Bills. You know, like I love Bills fans. I hate the freaking Arrowhead Stadium. I hate Juju Smith-Schuster.
Mm-hmm.
I hate freaking. I'm trying to think of
all the front runners that the Chiefs fans have.
I hate.
They got a lot of legit fans.
I hate Jackson Mahomes, and I hate. And and look, I'm not talking about you Chiefs fans. That I know Chiefs fans that have been Chiefs fans since day one when they were watching Matt Castle. I know who you are. But what I'm really tired of, and if you are just a person that is watching them because of a certain celebrity, then take offense to this. I hate the Swifties. Okay? I hate them. I despise them.
You know, I just want to say something about players. Hopkins, please miss me with that bullcrap you go. Oh, people doubted me, and you are washed. You're not doing nothing. You're there for a free ride. I'm sorry, he's done. He's not doing nothing for them.
He's trying to get a free
You have more yards than him.
Yeah.
All crying. People gave up me because you're done, dude. You're washed. I'm sorry. I love Hopkins. I was always a big Hopkins fan, but his days are behind.
They are.
He's
pun intended. He was a savage.
Yeah.
Real quickly before we continue our talk here, because we're not even near done about this. We're going to be on here for like an hour and a half just talking about this. Anthony said, season over. Please fire our defensive coordinator. Anthony, your defense, I don't know if your coordinator, I'll say one thing. Your coordinator should not have opened his mouth. That's the first thing.
Yeah. That's what really.
I don't think their coordinator is the problem. I just think they're, like Anthony said, they're just undermanned. Like, they got pieces. Payne, stud. Missed him yesterday. Jonathan Allen went healthy. That's 2 guys. The kid Newton they took out of Illinois, that's 3 defensive linemen that could be, like, lethal. All right, B-Wags, getting up there in age, but still very serviceable. Frankie Luvu's actually pretty good when he's not acting like a jackass. It's that back end. Mikey Sanders still, I like him. Rookie, great, good player. I know I said he had his rookie moment, but he's a good player. It's the rest of the secondary that needs help.
You know, I have a bone to pick with you.
Well, hold on a second. Let me read some of these off real quick, and then we'll. So Anthony said he hates the NFL. The Bills should have won that game. Anthony, at this point, the Bills are going to have to start looking at themselves in the mirror. Then Anthony said, "Can we say Carson Wentz might get 2 Super Bowl rings?" Yes, without throwing a single pass at either of them. Yep. Will he sit in the locker room and cry if this happens like he did last time? Because he was mad because it wasn't him out there? Carol said, we got this. We're going to mow the grass with Oh, my God. Clint's in here. What's up, Clint? Saying, what's up, fellas? Congratulations. Better finish the job. Oh, it's not the job. Matt knows what I'm talking about. It's not the job.
Story.
We're finishing a story. Because I want to show you something. Because I know we got to get to a certain quarterback of ours. But I know Matt wants to say something. Why do you have the bone to pick with me? I just realized you have a bone to pick. What I do?
Yeah, I have a bone to pick. Okay. You might have my back, but you might not.
He probably will.
What did I tell you when you was all shaking your damn boots about Lattimore going to Washington? I told you he is done.
I didn't shake, but okay.
How scared was he?
Sam was pretty worried.
I wasn't worried about Marshawn Lattimore coming against A.J. Brown. All I said about when they got Lattimore was it was somebody that needed to be more respected than Benjamin St. Jude and Emmanuel Ford. That's all I said. I didn't say that he was scaring me. I got one of the best wide receivers in football, two of the best wide receivers in football. I'm not afraid of him. I'm just saying that he was something the Commanders needed because literally, seriously, be real. If you're sitting there, who are you going to be more afraid of? A secondary with Mike Sanister, Benjamin St. Juste, Emmanuel Forbes, or freaking Marshawn Lattimore?
Wow. I mean, St.
Neither.
Juice he did more
None of
against
the
AJ
above.
than he did. But I told you, he's playing on one leg, and his better days are behind him. Do not sweat it too much.
I don't think his hamstrings ever saw better days. His hamstrings are stopped, man.
Just admit it. A.J. Brown and Mike Evans is his dad.
Oh. So what happened with Jeremy Chin?
With what?
He hasn't seemed to play that well for the Commanders.
That man.
I don't really know what his role in the Commanders is.
He don't know how to tackle no more.
Yeah, I don't really know what Jeremy Chin's role is. I mean, what is he? Is he a linebacker? Is he a safety? I don't even know what he is anymore in the NFL.
They had him back there at safety.
Well, there's your first problem.
They were doing with him what we was doing with Nnamdi. Putting him in spots he not should be in. He was playing linebacker a little bit. Then he's playing a little bit of corner. Then he's playing safety. You can't do that. He's not built for that. There's only a few people I've ever seen that was built for that. Malcolm Jenkins is one of them. They can play him everywhere. CJ, you can play him everywhere.
I think Badger can do it a little bit too.
Cam Chancellor, you can play him everywhere. But him, he's not built for that. I don't know what he's even built for anymore.
Well, he probably wasn't built to be a full-time deep safety anymore, so.
Nope.
But yeah, no. Look, the Commanders, at the end of the day, it was just, they were outmanned. They're not the better team. They had the best. Look, Jaden Daniels was riding that hot streak. I mean, and again, what was the biggest thing? Go look at their other two playoff games. Look at the Bucs game and look at the Lions game. The team that makes the least amount of mistakes won those games. And the Commanders made 4 mistakes and the Eagles made 0. And now, granted, the one thing I do feel bad about Jaden Daniels is those fumbles are not his fault.
Nope.
Austin Eckler literally tries to get up and the ball gets punched out.
De'Ami Brown tried to fight for more yards than he could handle.
And the ball got punched out. And then the other one was a special team.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, too. With the 4 turnovers, the last 6 games, we have 20 forced turnovers. 20 in 6 games. To 1. And we all know that was pick interception. But 20-1? When do you
and this was the problem. And this was the problem last year with this defense. Number one, it had no identity. There was no swagger to it because we let that swagger walk out the door. Exactly. But what was the difference? If you look at the difference with this team between 2022, last year, and this year, there's 2 main things that you could separate all 3 of those teams. The one thing about 2022 and this year's team, there's similarities because they take the football away.
They do.
But if you notice something, in 2022, Bradbury and Slay had way more opportunities to take the football away because the coverage concepts were different. Vic Fangio, he does not have the pass rushing unit that Jonathan Gannon had. Jonathan Gannon had Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat. I'm missing guys. But they had like 12 BG. BG had 11 sacks that year.
We have 4 people, 10 plus sacks, right?
Yeah, it was Reddick, BG, Sweat, Hargrave.
Yeah.
And then Cox just missed it.
Yeah, you still had Fletcher. But that's the thing. You had this plethora of pass rushers. But you can have a great pass rush. You can have great all-pro players. But that doesn't mean your coach knows how to scheme them. Go back to Super Bowl 57. The Chiefs took the lead because 2 of their touchdowns literally had guys sitting at the line wide open.
The same
because Jonathan
play.
Gannon had no idea how to answer this. Vic Fangio is almost as big as an addition to this defense than any player on this defense. I'm not taking that away from all these guys. These guys have played amazing. But the fact that you have easily one of the best defensive, this is the best defense we have had in over 20 years. Sorry, Jim Schwartz. Sorry, Jonathan. Actually, no, Jonathan Gannon. I'm not sorry for you. You're right.
Yeah. Nah, not sorry.
You deserve Xbox playing quarterback. But
and do you know the other biggest difference too from 2022 and this year?
We have linebackers.
Yeah, that's one thing. But not just that. We just relied on just straight sacks.
Yeah.
We didn't get home. We were screwed.
Yeah, what you saw in the Super Bowl. They couldn't get their footing. They were slipping and sliding out there. They couldn't get home. The entire game, not one sack.
They couldn't hit home the whole time. All pun intended.
No pun intended. All pun intended.
All puns intended.
And also, oh my God, did I see but 4 Huff pressures yesterday? 4.
He did have a couple pressures.
Yeah, well, you're going to see those replaced with BG pressures for the Super Bowl.
Bright finally starts getting some pressures, and PG's back.
A round of applause for my man, Nolan freaking Smith.
Oh man, Nolan Smith is coming into his own this year, and he's going to be something to watch.
I told you in the comments early in the season, before the season started, early in the off season, when we made predictions, did I not say that he was going to be our other Reddit?
Yeah.
I told you.
I agree with that too, because he just had to find himself, but he was built like Reddick to a T. Slimmer edge rusher, not really your big run stopping guy, but he's going to come smoking off the edge, and he's going to beat you with speed. And boy, is he really coming into that.
The sack, the shoulder dip. Are you kidding me? God was a touch.
Yep.
So Anthony said 40% of their defensive players are on their last year. He'll bring back Flowers, Chin, and if he wants, Wagner. I agree with him on Flowers because Flowers actually had a very underrated year as a pass rusher for them, and they don't have a lot of great edge rushers as it is.
Oh, Dante Fowler?
Fowler. I think that's what he meant, Fowler, yeah. Thanks, Fowler. Chin can easily be replaced with something better. And Wagner, we got to wait and see. He's getting up there in age with 34.
He is. I mean, he still moves really well, and he's still...
And that's what a high ankle sprain.
Yeah. He's definitely not 5 years ago Bobby Wagner, but he's still a guy that... Team. Yeah, he's not hurting you. So honestly, if it's not a lot to bring him back, having a veteran in the locker room like that would be very beneficial to him.
I would much rather have Bobby Wagner back than Jeremy Chinn. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But the Commanders, they've got to figure out they need a true running back.
They do.
I like the combo.
I like Eckler in a combo, just not with Robinson.
They need more of a ground and pound type guy.
He was good for a little bit. He could probably still be serviceable in the committee on another team, but like you said, they need a true running back to pair with Eckler because Robinson's just not getting the yards.
No, he had his, like you said, he had his run.
Yeah, he's not going to be a workhorse.
They got to fix up that offensive line too.
They do.
You know,
they got some holes on it.
Speaking of run, did you know yesterday we had more rushing touchdowns that game than Dallas had all season? They had 6 all season.
Ezekiel Elliott and Rico Dowdle. Good job, guys.
They had 6 all season. We had 7 in one game.
Barkley had more 60-yard touchdown runs than Dallas had the entire season.
Barkley has his 11th or 12th 110-plus rushing game. He had 10 in 6 years with the Giants.
Hold on. Anthony, if you're looking for another wide receiver, you better get Deebo Samuel out of that comment because that is not what you need.
Because Deebo's another one.
I'm sorry.
Now,
go get Higgins. Don't go after the first 2 you said.
Higgins is going to be a tough one, though. Higgins is setting himself up to command a lot of money.
Yeah, but not when you I don't want T. Higgins going to a team to be a 1. But if you're putting him with Scary Terry, that's a little concerning. I don't care how you say it. That's concerning. That is going to have to. That's not De'Ami Brown. And De'Ami Brown can easily be your 3.
Diggs, he's another one. He can't stay healthy.
Anthony said Jaden Daniels already been to the divisional round more than Dak.
That's a shame.
Oh my god.
Orlando said go Birds. Zolt said Higgins is going to the Chargers. Yup. And
I think Higgins will go to the Chargers. Chargers are gonna unload money for a top target guy. Now I hope that Higgins doesn't take the money and fold. I really hope that doesn't happen.
Do you see what the prediction is saying that Keenan Allen's gonna go back there?
Oh my god!
You know what? If he could go back as a 3rd string guy and have some pressure taken off of him, just throw him in the slot every down. That hamstrings might hold up the whole season.
Nah, maybe he'll only hurt it 1.
You know what? I think they got whatever that wide receiver coach is doing for him in Chicago. They need to bring him over to the Chargers also. Because man, this is the most games I've seen Keenan Allen play in years.
Well, what that have to do with the training staff instead?
I guess. I don't know, man. But hey, never know.
Speaking on his comment, Anthony, he said about Dak, some dude comment on one of the things on the Eagles page. I don't know if y'all saw it. He's warning everybody that he had a little Dak Prescott inside of a little machine saying the king of the NFC East is coming back next year. We all better be ready and scared because he's 33-8 against the East. But what I asked the guy, what does that accomplish? Do we play for Super Bowl? Do we play for dominating divisions?
Well, it depends on which team you're asking. Because if you're asking Cowboys fans, they play for the division. They're just happy if they win their division in a year. They don't look any further than that.
5 less years as a starter, 4 years less as a pro, but 5 years less as a starter. Jalen Hurts has already done more than he has in 5 less years. So you can have that 33-8 record. Congratulations. We'll play for Super Bowls. You can play for dominating the division.
And mind you, most of that dominating the division comes off of beating up on poor Washington teams and Giants teams. You're not beating up on Washington anymore.
Nope.
You're not beating up on the Eagles. They're always lucky if they trade a game with us. And the Giants, you could probably still beat up on them for a few more years.
Well, you got about 3 or 4 more years beating up on them.
Yeah, until they finally realize that their GM has no idea what he's doing. They'll be in better shape.
They should have figured it out when he let Saquon walk, but what do I know?
That and the fact that his son on draft day told him to trade up for Jaden Daniels. He said, why not? And I don't know. I forget what he told him, but that...
You think you only get this job once?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did. He said, you only get this job once. That's what he said to his kid. And you're right. He's lucky he still got that job.
Anthony, that answer is 100% yes, we do. It's going to be...
Yeah.
Isaiah Rodgers.
Unless Howie becomes a sick bastard again and drafts another one for Fangio to get his hands on.
You know what's funny when I watch these games and when Slay comes out and they bring in him, and they're talking about the announcers, they should keep picking up. Why do people act like the guy's a bum? Rodgers is not a bum. That makes me laugh.
You're right.
If I was them, I would keep targeting him. For what? For what? He's not trash. Do people forget what he did his rookie year?
Yeah, like you're saying, he may have a couple plays here and there, but the guy is literally a backup. But that's what I'm saying, Joe. But just think of this for a sec. You're a starter your whole career, and now you're kind of like a rotational DB. It's kind of hard to make that adjustment and just come off the bench and be this guy, especially when you're playing behind 2 guys that you cannot complete a pass on. I don't care anymore. You are watching. Listen, I had to wait 17 years to get literally a secondary, not just one corner, not just one safety, a secondary that literally you cannot complete a pass on. We have not had that. since the starting secondary was Lito Shepard, Sheldon Brown, Brian Dawkins, and one of the most underrated safeties you'll ever hear, Michael Lewis. That was the last time you had a secondary you couldn't complete a pass on. Now, when Asante got here, let's be real.
It was one corner.
Not only that, I mean, Sheldon was here, but Sheldon and Lito got old real quick.
Right. Yep.
Don't get me wrong, Sheldon was still knocking the hell out, but he got old. Doc, old, left. Quentin Michael was underrated, but I don't think he was Michael Lewis. You didn't fear him like you feared Michael Lewis. Then we had to go through the Nate Allen and the Patrick Chungs and the Kerry Williams and the Bradley Fletchers. I mean, we thought Brandon Boykin was a great corner because of how bad these secondaries were. And then we had the Byron Maxwells and the Nolan Carrolls of the world. And, oh, my God, how we won a Super Bowl with Jalen Mills as our number one corner, I'll never understand. I will. But now,
ridiculous.
All these years later, and it started changing 5 years ago when they brought Darius Slay here. Don't get me wrong. Darius Slay, I have issues with some things he said. He does not work things the right way sometimes. Like after the one game. No, not only that, but it's like posting your career stuff on Twitter after the Bucs game. That shouldn't happen. But ever since the bye week, something, not just with Darius Slay, in this team, something flipped. And Darius Slay, I will gladly say, I don't care about the interceptions. I think this may have been the best year Darius Slay has played in Philadelphia.
I think so, too. Like, if you were to tell me that he's, how old, 32, 33?
He's 34, Tyler.
34? Oh, if you were to tell us, I wouldn't believe you. If you told me he's a 34-year-old, I wouldn't believe you because I remember over the summer when he was rehabbing from that injury from last year, and he was saying he was training, and he said that he feels like he's like in his 20s again. And I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. And everyone else was backing it up. They were like, we're out here running drills and sprints, and he's finishing before everybody. And I'm like, ain't no way. But this year, he has played out of his mind. I think this has been the best season he's had on this Eagles team. And for a 34-year-old, it's insanely impressive. Because the question is, do you think we could get another year out of him?
I was going to say, I would not be, especially if we win this game, the Super Bowl, I'd not be surprised they brought him back for one more year.
Well, he did say the problem is he did say that he thinks that he may have played his last game at the Link because, unfortunately, this is going to come down to some money issues.
Yeah.
Because
he's going to get paid still, I think.
Not only that, it's the cap numbers in his contract. We still have to remember, even though he's technically on a one-year deal, there's still something with BG's contract that could have a cap issue. James Bradbury is going to be cut regularly now because James Bradbury is recovering from the longest 8-week injury I've ever seen in my life. But there is salary problems, and also, as much as I love big play, you got to think of extensions for a Zach Bond, a Milton Williams, a Mekhi Becton.
Yeah.
Now, you got to think about no disrespect, they're all 25 years old, and Bond's 27.
I'm not saying to go, break the bank to bring back Slay for another year.
No, I'm not saying that
either.
If he
came back for a cheap amount, sure, but like you said, that's most likely not going to happen.
No,
but now ultimately, and I don't know how Zolt. I could see Slay finish it out in Detroit. I think it's one of those two.
Do you know why he looks rejuvenated and why he looks fresh? I'll tell you one of the main reasons why. This is not a knock at Bradbury, but he actually finally has that running mate and the backup behind him.
Yeah.
It's taking less off for him to do.
Oh, yeah, because the other thing we have to remember, Darius Slay, as great as he's been this year, how many games has he left banged up? He has been banged up a lot. He got banged up yesterday.
Yeah. But yeah,
Maybe.
he's gotten banged up with some groin injuries. We saw him walking off the field with, but he's been able to rehabilitate it very quickly and get back out there.
I'll say one thing too. I never seen it before, but man, he is tackling.
He is.
Now,
Now I don't know
granted,
what did against Scary Terry because once he caught the ball, it seemed like Slade just backed away because he thought a teammate was going to make the tackle for
well,
him.
yeah, because freaking ball came blowing in and he missed it. That was Zach Ball who missed that tackle on him.
And
Also,
not
that's
only
what he
that,
was trying to
and
avoid.
Blankenship took a terrible angle toward McLaurin. He tried to go too shallow on him too early. He should have just went
Don't
with
say
him a
that.
little
Sam
bit
Dennis
longer.
is going to hear you.
No, stop it.
If I think if Slade would have went for that tackle, it would have been bad because he would have got wrecked by Bond.
Ball may have a friendly fire. Real
That
quickly.
was going to be a friendly fire.
Oh, yeah. So Zolt said a few minutes ago that I would ask the same question. Ask when the Giants fans said we're going to do well. What about this roster makes you think they can compete? None. They can't.
None.
Zolt says that Slay looks rejuvenated, and he does. Bruiser, of course, is asking about making his normal Philadelphia Eagles joke about will we be the casualty of the three-peat? No. And then Zolt said, I could see that. Detroit only got rid of him because Matt Patricia hates people that stand up to him. Slay and Quandre Diggs killed our DB room. Yeah, like I could see it. I'm not saying I want it. I love big play. But Howie Roseman drafted those two guys last year for a reason. And I'm telling you right now, I'm comfortable to say it. 2 years from now, even maybe just next year, if Surtain is the number one corner in this game, the number two guy may be sitting over here. Because Quinyon Mitchell is something different.
Yep. He is.
And one last thing I'll say about Slay, and I'm done speaking with him.
Go ahead.
He's 34. I'd much rather go out and give Rodgers a 3-year, $25 million, and then giving him 1 year, $14 million. When Isaiah Rodgers, what, 25, 24, 25 still?
25.
Down there, yeah.
Because, and that's the other thing, and the other reason for that is, I'm thinking I think it's a safe bet to say Vic Fangio will still be the defensive coordinator next year.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But even if 2 years down the road he's not, I think they have guys on this staff like Parker, the DB's coach, they really like. I think they have the internal options one day. Yep. The other thing I don't want to do, and I don't think they would even think of it, the reason Isaiah Rodgers comes in, maybe you draft another guy in like the third round just to give you a body. I don't want to move Cooper DeJean outside.
No.
I want him right where he is because that means there's a chance Avonte Maddox will be brought back for a 12th one-year deal, and I don't want it. Because that is when everything for this defense turned around, is when Cooper DeJean was moved into the nickel. As soon as Avonte Maddox stopped playing, get back on the – okay, you two are terrible. As soon as Avonte Maddox was no longer on the football field is when everything turned around. Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell gave you exactly what you needed into this defense, a shot of youth. And this is the other reason why I want to talk about this. What happened after 2022? This is why the Darius Slay thing makes a lot more sense as well. 2022. No, just think of this, right? Who'd we lose? CJ Edwards. CJ, 25 years old. But we brought back Bradbury, who's going on 30. We brought back our vets, Fletchy, Jason. All the older players were brought back. Kaiser White. Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody was clamoring because Kaiser White left. Trust me. But he was only 25 years old. Howie Roseman's not going to make that mistake again.
So now, to be fair, they only brought back Bradbury after CJ turned down the contract they offered him.
Yes, but you get where I'm trying to go with
I do
this?
get where you're trying to go. I do.
Because also remember something as well. This is also the same Howie Roseman who didn't even offer TJ Edwards a contract, and TJ Edwards was a freaking stud. He still is. Well, that's my point. I want to keep this defense young because right now there's a lot of youth on it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing with that whole Edwards things. He was not coming back here regardless. He wanted to go home, he said, and play for home. He was gone. It didn't matter. He was going to Chicago to play there because that's where he's from. He was never – I heard we offered him, I think, a 2-year deal, but he turned it down because he wanted to play with Chicago.
Who, TJ?
Yeah, he wanted to go back home and play.
Yeah, and also Howie's not going to try to outbid a team for a linebacker.
Yeah, we know that.
Bruiser, first of all, how am I being? I'm not being arrogant, but I will say this: I had to sit here all year and listen to everybody gloss over Kyle Shanahan and Dan Campbell and how great a head coaches they are. But who's going? Who's represent? I don't see them coaching on
where
February the
Bruiser's
9th.
going with this, Sam. I don't know if you read the full.
Well, I know
comment.
exactly where he's going. I know exactly where he's going with it.
He said that the NFL.
I know where we're going with it.
Well, guess what?
I'm prepared for it.
It's not going to matter this time because I'm going to say it. I'm going to be that cocky person, that arrogant. We're going to knock the block off of them. You're dealing with Saquon Barkley this time, not Miles Sanders, and you're dealing with a 50 times better defense.
I'd say 75% better defense.
75%, yeah.
This defensive coordinator is actually going to come in with a game plan.
We're going to knock the block off of them. I don't care. After what I just saw we did this to Commanders, 55. They got
not only that.
We got not one receiver that scares me.
Yeah, like honestly, Scary Terry scares me more than any of the receivers that they have on that roster.
We clamped down Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Nobody on that. Well, you got a Wash Up Hopkins and a Xavier Worthy and then Big Mouth Juju, Mr. TikTok.
And also, can we also just not clamor one thing? Maybe a little bit healthier than the Lions. The Bills' defense stinks.
They do.
Like for a defensive head coach, they stink.
Yeah. The Bills have been another team that have been beating teams by outscoring them.
That's all they've been doing for the past 5 years.
Oh, what made me very mad? I was made me scratch my head yesterday. James Cook popping off. You giving this dude 2 runs and take him out for 5, 6, 7, 8 plays? What was that? Dude was getting 9, 10 yards of carry. And you take him out for 5, 6, 7, 8 plays because they were doing no huddles.
They were trying to keep him fresh for next season because their season's over now.
Who's the backup? Who the hell was that? Johnson, whatever his name is?
Oh, Ty Johnson?
That guy stinks. I'm sorry, he was doing nothing. When he was getting 8 yards a pop, he comes in, he's getting knocked down for -3 yards.
That's like I said, the Bills. That Bills roster has a lot more holes than people want to realize. It's covered up a lot by Josh Allen, but there's a lot of holes on that Bills defense and on their offensive line.
Another team that was playing out of better what they were playing. Same thing with Washington. They were. You get what I'm saying.
Baltimore would have had the better shot, I think, of beating Kansas City.
I don't know.
Even them, their defense will show up some games and go ghost at others.
I'll trust them a lot more than I'll trust the Bills' defense. Anthony. Bruiser, they don't need the Super Bowl win to freaking get revenue stream with Taylor Swift.
Well, people are scared of Trent McDuffie.
That's going to be over soon anyway because Travis is probably retiring.
Trent McDuffie. The same Trent McDuffie that AJ was destroying 2 years ago? Is that the same one I'm talking about?
Probably.
Yeah, but that was a rookie McDuffie. Trent McDuffie's actually developed himself into a very good defensive back. Chris Jones is still an issue.
And AJ Brown has developed a lot better than those 2 years ago.
That's the other thing we have to look at with this. Not only 2022, like I'm going to show you a very difference between this year and 2022. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But yeah, so this whole Taylor Swift thing, it's going to be over in like a year or two anyway because Travis is going to retire.
That guy, he's another one who ain't done nothing. I'm not worried about people talking about, Kareem. I'm not worried about Kareem Hunt. He's not going to do what he did to everybody else to us. It's not happening.
Kareem Hunt's this run defense is too good. Kareem Hunt's not doing anything.
they'll
The
get their
only person that I would be worried about is Travis Kelce.
yeah.
Because while
That's
he's had a down year with them, he's still Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just like how Zach Ertz cooked us. He was the only reason that they stayed in that game.
Let's all be
Relatively stayed in the game.
let's all be real. I don't know about you guys, but I saw that coming from a mile away. I knew they were going to force feed the shit out of him. I knew it.
Yeah.
Well, I did say to Tyler after that first completion in the first quarter, Zach Ertz is probably the only guy I could see Darius Slay tackling in the field of play. Because Darius Slay don't like to tackle sometimes, and Zach Ertz doesn't know what yak is still. So
You get it
That
that
was
first.
He did yesterday.
he had a couple.
He turned into Yak Ertz.
Yak Ertz, give me a break. But I want to show you something real quick. And now we're gonna move on to the man of the hour.
Hold on real fast.
Go right ahead.
I'll tell Tyler one thing. I told Sam, did you see the Sixers are only Philadelphia team that has not congratulated the Eagles on this playoff run at all?
Really?
Josh Harris.
Josh Harris.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He's a
Just
bum.
like how he wouldn't allow them to host some Eagles events at Wells Fargo.
They weren't allowed to put anything on the big screens on that last home game.
What a crumb.
Hey,
Bum.
by the way, I think if I'm correct, his $1 billion center, he's out the next 3 games again. I heard.
Don't even get me started with him anymore.
What else? We don't talk basketball on this show anymore. We don't even know what it is. Real quick, Clint
for us.
Clint said when they break up and she makes a hit album about him, KC fans gonna hate her. Oh God.
Yeah, Bruiser. We know that it's gonna be an uphill battle. It always is. Even when we're not playing the Chiefs, even when we're playing other teams, the other teams seem to get favored more than us. The refs hold the Eagles under a lot more scrutiny.
Anthony, man. Anthony, I see Caitlin Clark in that.
Well, I would agree if she wasn't with the dude that she's been with for freaking forever. She's been with this guy she's with now, been since freaking I think like middle school.
Yeah, more of a legitimate freaking relationship than the one we have going on right now.
Oh jeez.
You don't want my opinions on this stuff. You don't, because we'll be here for all night. But let me tell you something, okay?
Yes.
Here's a picture from 2022, right? I think this is 2022. That's a happy man, isn't it?
Yep.
That looks like a real happy mother effer right there. Now
that's the face of a man who got to the Super Bowl before Dak Prescott.
Yeah. This is yesterday. You know what this shows me right here?
He's happy, but he knows the job isn't done.
He don't give a shit about that NFC trophy. He don't want nothing to do with that. He is not going to be happy until he finishes the goal. And he knows what that is. Because the other thing, like Matt said about A.J. Brown, how many Super Bowls had they been to before 2022? Jalen Hurts, none. Devontae Smith, none. A.J. Brown, none. The only guys that have been to the Super Bowl on that team were Fletcher, Jason, Lane, and BG.
Yep.
I don't think anybody else. No, Hargrave never got to one before that. I'm trying to think.
You know, it's a shame too.
Bradbury never gets. No, Bradbury didn't get to one either. Nobody on that team really had been to a Super Bowl.
You know, speaking of Super Bowl and AJ, you know, this man has more Super Bowl appearances with us than Burks has touchdowns. His replacement.
Oh God, the Traylon Burks freaking. I saw that.
That is a shame, dude. I was supposed to be your big replacement for. Oh, okay.
Fine, but that's the point. All these guys now have been there, and even AJ said he's like, I'm going to treat this completely different than I treated 2 years ago. They all know what the goal here is.
Yep, Jordan Davis. He was there the other year.
They've all bought in. They know what it takes to win this game.
Yeah. And like I said, this stuff happened. And I want to give the biggest shout out to Tom Arnott, A2D Radio, because he said this 8 years ago. 8 years ago, when we ended the curse of years without a title, he said this. Dynasties fall. Things fall in weird ways. You've had your fun. You've gotten 3 Super Bowls in, 5 years?
Yeah.
So congratulations. You're not getting this. You got us 2 years ago. You're not doing it. I don't care about Taylor freaking Swift, who's, by the way, her music sucks. But I don't care about the officials. I don't care about any of that. I'm going to strictly go with the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles are a better football team.
What on there besides?
They have the best offensive freaking player in this game.
Besides quarterback and tight end, what do they have better than us? I'll give them the quarterback. I'll give that both. They both. That's. I love Jalen. Love got it, but they clear.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
They don't have a better secondary.
Nope. Yeah, don't have no
Honestly, the receivers are atrocious.
Their receivers don't even. Their number one receiver barely clears Jahan Dotson.
Their receivers all would have been elite 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
But not anymore.
So besides that, what do they have?
Bruiser, that's a very debatable statement. Now, Andy so far has accomplished more with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm talking about players. I'm not talking about coaching.
Bruiser, if you're going to throw out the officials and the Swifty stuff with the NFL, then that disqualifies Andy as being a good coach.
Yeah.
I mean,
and by the way, Bruiser, I've watched Andy Reid coach. Trust me, it's not perfection every time out.
He's a great coach, but I mean, I'll just leave it at this. If he was the greatest coach of all time, there would have been a championship in Philly sooner than 2017.
There would have been a lot more.
He's good, but it's debatable. Look at
Andy Reid's had the perfect situation in Kansas City.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean,
and Bruiser, I'll tell you this right now: if he's a better head coach, that's fine. But guess what? Andy Reid wasn't the reason that they beat the Eagles the first time.
And I will say too, I know it was only regular season, but we beat them last year with a way worse team than we have now.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, true.
They also went on to win the Super Bowl. So,
but again, like you said, go back to the Super Bowl from 2 years ago. Now, there's a lot of differences between both of these teams, but Miles Sanders isn't going to run in this game for 16 yards. You have Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts led the team in rushing yards that night with 7.
On one play on his first run.
What's that?
He'll probably get that on his first run, 16 yards.
Yeah, probably.
But I'm really just not afraid of this Chiefs team. The only thing I am scared about is the referees. That's it.
Yeah.
The Chiefs don't scare me.
I am not afraid of anything on that Chiefs sideline. I'm afraid of
Chris Jones is cool. With all my starting offensive linemen out there, they're almost all Pro Bowlers.
Every one of them is at least an alternate.
Yeah.
I just got to get our boys back in there because what I seen yesterday.
Yeah.
No,
it was mixing
they
up
both already
like
said they'll
that.
be back.
It was a little bad, but it's a Super Bowl they're playing.
And they're going to have they have 2 weeks to get healed up. Landon will be Landon's the toughest son of a bitch you'll ever find. That's a country tough. By the way, Landon Dickerson.
Go ahead.
Landon Dickerson's arms are the size of tires.
They said that they're very iffy with him because they fear that he did that same injury he did in college.
Who, Landon?
Yeah.
He'll be, and guess what? But like I said, I guarantee he's still playing.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Cam Jurgens are not missing this game.
They were arguing on the sideline who was going to come in the game.
Yeah, because Jurgens was like, I can go in for you.
Whoa. Hold on. So, Bruiser, you're saying Sirianni is by far the worst coach than Reed, but we're basing this out throughout the season?
And this is because we criticized?
Well, the question was...
Because I'll tell you what, with the probably 2 handfuls of questionable close games that the Chiefs have won all year, if the referees didn't get involved and they had more losses, trust me, people would be having the same conversation about Andy Reid. Is Andy Reid's time coming to an end?
This isn't...
Don't get me wrong. Nick had his moments early. He did. Even back to the Cleveland game, he had his moments.
I don't know how he's...
But by far or worse, well, he's one of the last 2 coaches standing, so...
I don't know about this. This is football me talking now. Throwing my Eagles out to the side for a second. Yeah, I cannot disagree with you more than that's ridiculous to say.
A few weeks ago, Bruiser. When did I say a few weeks ago?
Bruiser, that was. I will answer this for you, Sam. Bruiser, that was months ago.
That was really week 4 of the
months
season.
ago. This was before. This was bye week talk. Sam put him on the hot seat at the bye week.
Yeah, because they weren't playing well. The whole team was on my hot seat.
But they came out of the bye week. What'd they do? Nick got his guys together. Coordinators made adjustments. String of wins. Line them up. Who'd they lose to? They lost Jalen Hurts, lost to the Commanders.
Well, that'd be a nice little story, but guess what? Bruce is not happening.
He might be retiring off a loss.
It's not as that little dynasty, a little three-peat. It's not like I said. We already broke one dynasty. We had no problem doing it again.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of that.
And I'm gonna tell you this too. You took let's not knock a 2022 team, but you took a worse team than this team right now to the wire. You had to have a bull crap holding call to win. You're not dropping 38 on this team. You're dropping.
This will be a defensive battle.
This was their second time, I believe, all year they dropped 30 plus.
Yeah, like the Chiefs defense this year has been far better than their offense.
Bruiser, if he retires, that will be the last. If that happened, that is the last Super Bowl that Patrick Mahomes will win.
What dynasty we broke? We broke the Patriots dynasty because we didn't beat them that year. They would have had a three-peat. We ended that.
Yeah, because literally 2 short years later. Now, granted, they won the next year. They beat Jared Goff. Whoopee.
Yeah, I was over your house. No, that's that one.
That was the worst. Can we still admit that Rams Patriots Super Bowl was the worst Super Bowl ever?
We won outside in football during the halftime. We didn't watch the rest of the game. We went outside.
Yeah, we didn't. I didn't watch for the rest of that game. That game was terrible. That was the worst.
It was awful.
But once again, it was the same story because 13 years before that same dynasty cost us a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Cost Andy a Super Bowl.
Well, I'll ask a question.
And now we are here again.
What team is he like?
All right, so I will defend Bruiser on this. Bruiser hates pro football.
He hates pro football?
He does. He is, because of being an Ohio native, he is a Browns guy. But he hates pro football because here's the one thing I will always agree with Bruiser. The things that he said about the offense, that's why he hates it. And I agree with him. That is the one thing. The one thing I will always agree with Bruiser is he hates pro football because of what he just pointed out about how this game could easily be fixed in favor of Kansas City. He hates pro football because of that. And Bruiser, if I'm quoting you accurately, please let me know.
No, Bruce, we broke a dynasty because they were on the way for back-to-back.
Bruiser, Bruiser, I don't care what the Patriots did in 2004 when it came to 2017. They just went back to the Super Bowl the year after one of the greatest comebacks in Super Bowl history.
And it wasn't for Alshon drop, we would have went back to Super Bowl and we would have smacked them around again. We broke the dynasty because, like I said, they were on the way to do a three-peat. If we didn't break that, they would have won. They went back next year and won.
Yeah, so
yeah, they would have won. They
beat us. They would have had a three-peat. They might have been the first team with a four-peat too.
After that happened, remember after we beat them,
Sam's mind just got blown.
No.
What happened?
No.
All this big drama between Brady and Belichick happened after we beat them.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they won.
Do you think he leaves if we don't beat them? No,
I don't know.
He stays there.
Probably not.
I think eventually he still would have, because I think one thing he wanted to prove was that he didn't need Belichick to win.
But also, the other thing I want to point out to that with Bruiser is, do you remember the Patriots beat in the AFC Championship game that year? They beat the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if the Philadelphia Eagles' only Super Bowl win in franchise history came against Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville fucking Jaguars? Do you know the shit we would still have to hear about that to this day? No, Bruiser. The point of the fact was, to win our first Super Bowl, we beat, arguably, no, not arguably, the best quarterback head coaching tandem of all time.
Yeah. Honestly, the best team.
That's my point. And now, 8 years later, we are back, because here's the similarities. The Patriots robbed me of a Super Bowl in 2004. I got revenge on those two. Well, guess what? Now, the coach quarterback tandem that's supposedly the greatest of all time now, which they're not, I'm sorry. Pat Mahomes, the reason they won't be, because Pat will always be 0-2 in his career against Tom Brady.
Yep.
Now we are 2 years removed from this same quarterbacking head coach, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, robbing us of a Super Bowl. And now 2 years later, we are back at it trying to win it again. And just like Bang Eagles Bang said on YouTube, let's knock off KC, let's go Eagles. And Bang Eagles Bang, welcome to the freaking show.
It's going to happen. I don't care. Say what you want, Bruiser, about it.
I don't care either. I'm not afraid of the Chiefs team.
This is who I wanted to play.
Yeah, I don't want to beat up on the Bills. I feel bad for Bills fans enough. I don't want to beat them up. I like Bills Mafia. And I'd say the tailgates would have been sick.
If they let, and this is not because he's pretty damn good, but you let James Cook destroy you. But imagine what's going to happen. They're in the playoffs to get 147 on the ground a game. Good luck.
Okay, Bruce. Real quick, Bruiser, fair enough. I know, Bruiser, I know college is your thing. I know college football is more your thing.
Well, hey, college football, he's got Ohio State. Cleveland Browns, yeah, I wouldn't watch much pro football either.
Yeah, I see why you don't. I see why
he's not even an Ohio State fan.
Oh, he's not? Oh, that's right, he's a Texas fan. I remember
we were talking about that. Yeah. Don't you insult Bruiser and make him to say he's an Ohio State fan.
I was trying to give him some sort of
on that.
I was trying to give him some sort of Ohio credit there, because the Browns aren't giving him none.
Yeah, the hell with Ohio State. That's why Jim Knowles is over here in Happy Valley now. Bruiser, try to hang around in the chat, man, because I'm actually going to talk about some college football a little bit later in the show.
Can we please get a hold of these Rams fans, and can y'all please stop doing the horns up? You're not Texas. Stop. I hate it. And they're all just horns up. Glam all over Facebook. You're not Texas.
Do they realize that Rams horns don't stick straight up?
Thank you.
Do they realize that?
Yeah, right.
It's literally in their logo. I don't know. I don't know.
They're all clamoring all over Facebook because they.
Bruiser, I apologized. I remember we talked about you being a Texas fan. I remember.
You like to get under my skin, but I got you. I'm defending that. Nah, he's a Longhorns fan.
But yeah, they're all clamoring all over because they gave us the closest game, and how they're gonna be back next year, and we better be ready for them. And horns up, they say, and
Well, that's next year.
They go in circles.
This is the same team that I watched win a Super Bowl, and then first game of the year gets slapped. And the rest of the season is about the same way.
Another team that wins
their soul for that damn Super Bowl.
They literally did. Because, don't get me wrong, they're still in good position to try to get back there one day because they have their defensive front's going to get better with age.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford, that's as long as Stafford's there. If Stafford's gone, it's going to be ugly.
You know, it's a shame. 2017, I said I would take all my other teams to be trash for a Super Bowl. I said this year, take Joel Embiid's knees for a Super Bowl, and guess what? They took his knee. So it's kind of my fault.
I think Josh Harris took his knee.
I said you can take Embiid's health. I don't care. Give me a Super Bowl. And I didn't think it was really going to happen.
I will say one thing about when it comes to Bruiser and also Adam, who's another one of the guys over with Georgie on Dueling Aces. We don't agree on a lot of things, but we can all agree on one thing, and that is F Ohio State.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Don't worry, you'll get your time in a second.
But hold on, before you go, Tyler, I told Sam last night. Did you notice the Eagles trend?
What's that?
2021, we had an okay season, right? Playoffs got smoked by the Bucks. Next year, 14 wins, Super Bowl appearance. Next year, okay season, smoked by the Bucks. Following year, 14 wins, Super Bowl appearance. So that means you gotta get smoked by the Bucks the year before.
We don't play, but the problem is we don't play the Bucks next year.
We gotta get smoked by them in the playoffs.
We gotta get them. Oh,
all right, real quickly, Zolt did say that nobody this season has been afraid of the Chiefs, and now they're in the Super Bowl. Zolt, that's not by their players doing. And Bruiser said that there was only one Ohio team that I will go out of my way to root for. Bruiser, who is? I forget. I feel like I know it, but I can't remember. And Clint said national championship. Unfortunately, Clint is an Ohio State fan. But that's okay, Clint, because your defensive coordinator is now over here at Happy Valley, so I don't care. But
boy, I know they were sweating their tails off in that fourth quarter.
Yeah. But now, okay, so look, before we go off to the rest of the show, the last thing I want to say, before we get there, the Toledo Mud Hens.
Hey,
I feel like...
Okay, that's the Tigers organization. Okay. Now you got thumbs up for me.
The only time I remember hearing Toledo Mud Hens was in Major League.
Hey. Shut up over there, Iron Pigs.
I have been to more Lakewood Blue Claws games than Iron Pigs games. That's only because they're like a half hour from my house.
Iron Pigs. How's an Iron Pig?
Iron Pig. Sounds like an XFL team.
The hell's a Mud Hen?
That sounds like an XFL team too.
What's a Philly? Leave me alone.
What's a Sixer?
What is a Philly?
A Sixer is somebody who will get hurt every day for the rest of his life. That's a Sixer. Paul George. Go on, Pete.
Paul George, I feel so bad for that man, dude. That injury was disgusting. He hit a dude's arm. I seen it. It was worse than what I thought it was. And he was starting to come to his own too. He's really starting to come back to PG. But this franchise is so snake bitten. I don't care no more. I don't care.
Bang Eagles Bang on YouTube once again. I said I don't want the rushing record beat title. I want the friggin' Super Bowl. Look where we at. I sacrificed the rushing title for a friggin' Super Bowl. Well, we still got one more to go. We haven't sacrificed anything yet. We have one more to go. Bruce said the Mud Hens was my title league team name. Oh, I just kept being a fan. Hey, fair enough.
See, if you didn't know, Sam, you might know, but I'm a Detroit fan. My dad, my grandpa was in their minor league system for Erie.
Oh wow!
So
then you and Zolt will get along. Zolt's a Tigers fan.
Oh, okay.
Dueling Aces, you got fans everywhere. But the last thing I want to say about the Eagles, because this is going on for about an hour and 20 minutes now, and then we'll move on to the AFC title game. Then we'll talk some college, and then it's probably going to be the end of the night. But
I don't want to talk college.
oh, we're not talking the national title game completely. Don't worry.
He's lying to you. We're talking about the national title game.
No, we're not. But all I ask, put some damn respect on my quarterback's name. And that's me saying that.
Yeah,
we'll keep Tyrese.
I can admit.
We won't sacrifice that.
Tyler's the only one who told us.
Since I heard that the Sixers would love to have Jimmy Butler back, sure we can work out a trade for Tyrese.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about. We'll talk about that head case another day. But if we all want to go around real quick regarding our quarterback, let me just start off.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Oh, man. Buckle up. I'm going to record this on my phone, too.
That night in 2020, when that pick was made, I thought that they had made not a tremendous mistake, but a misuse of resources.
I was there with you. Yep.
Because at the time, we are just giving Carson Wentz the biggest contract in franchise history. Carson Wentz was actually coming off a pretty solid season. But now we are 5 years removed from that. We are 2 weeks away from playing our second Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts may not be flashy. He's not going to throw for 350 yards a game. He's not going to complete 80% of his passes. But at the end of the day, the only thing that I know about Jalen Hurts is that Jalen Hurts is a winner, and he's going to put you in the best position you can to succeed. And the national narrative is already changing. Now, Jalen Hurts performed well yesterday. Well, yeah, he's been doing this for a while now, but because he only throws for 130 yards, we don't care about that stuff.
Yeah. When he throws 10 for 14 and 130, it's a problem. But that's just efficient football. So, did you have anything else to say, Sam? Or
there is no other quarterback that I would want, maybe outside of Patrick Mahomes, in a big game situation than Jalen Hurts. Because you can give me with all your Josh Allen. Well, no Super Bowl appearances. Jalen Hurts has more. Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow. Okay. God, please don't ever put Justin Herbert over him ever again either.
Yeah.
And the last thing I do want to say just about this team in general, it's something that Tyler said last week. The reason I like this team better, well, first of all, I love this team way more than 2022 because I hated Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon ruined my entire 2020 season because he's a rat. But the reason I love this team so much is because they play the downright old way of football. We're going to run the football. We're going to punch you in the mouth while we do it. We're going to run it. We're going to if we got to pass it, we will. But if we don't have to, why would we? And they have got easily the best defense in the NFL that I have seen since the 2015 Broncos. Because the Legion of the Boom was before that.
Yep.
And that's the kind of teams I like to watch. I like to watch teams that run the football effectively, and I like to watch teams that play really strong defense week in and week out. I don't care about flashy passing numbers.
Yeah. It's cute.
You want to watch flashy? If you want to watch flashy,
postseason from home.
Yeah, exactly. All the teams that apparently pass the ball better than the Eagles, well, guess what? They're all watching from home. Just same thing with the Chiefs, regardless of what we say. You know why the Chiefs are here too? Just take all the stuff aside, okay? Just take it. You know why the Chiefs? A big reason why the Chiefs are here is because Steve Spagnuolo's defense is one of the best in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And when we go do our show next week for the preview show, I don't want to disrespect that because Spagnuolo's defense is ridiculous. They make plays when they need to. Same thing as the Eagles do. This will be a battle between Steve Spagnuolo and Vic Fangio, and it's going to be fun because that's some old school shit.
Oh yeah.
But but basically what I'm trying to say is about Jalen Hurts is I was wrong, and I will never question him again.
This is amazing. Sam, can you say it one more time?
I was wrong, and I will never question him again. And I'm hoping he is the starting quarterback for this team for another 10 years.
Say that one more time.
Tyler, we're on a time limit here.
I'm enjoying myself right now. But yes.
I mean, he's.
But I still would have used that draft pick on Jeremy Chin back in 2020.
Oh yeah, like the same Jeremy Chin that just got smoked yesterday. Yeah,
the same Jeremy Chin that doesn't have a position.
Hindsight's not looking too good right now.
I'll piggyback off you, Sam, because I was there with you. I didn't hate the player. I hated.
Oh man, Sam, you brought everybody out with that one.
Whoa!
What an amazing soliloquy, Sam. Everyone jumped out at you on there.
Do you see who that comment is from?
Oh my God.
It's Fluffy.
It's Fluffy.
What? Oh my God. For once, John actually comments on the damn show. Holy crap. I think hell froze over.
He knew that you were going to say something unspeakable.
Unspeakable.
Unseen before. But yeah, Matt, continue. I'm going to go last.
So, I didn't, like I said, I didn't hit the player. I hate the pick because we had a lot more holes. Like Sam said, we had just filled. I mean, not just filled. We had just gave Carson Wentz that big, massive contract. I felt we was great at quarterback. 2021 came along. You know, Tyler, I won't lie. I had no reason to lie. I couldn't stand the guy. I could not stand Jalen.
I remember. I know.
But you sat there and I took what you said. You told me, give him one more year. I've watched him in college. All he does is win. A.J. Brown came along. You said, if he can't succeed with these players, then there's something wrong. But I never doubted him after the 2021 season. I have not said not a peep about him these last 3 years. I didn't want him gone.
And the only thing that
I criticized him here and there for stupid mistakes. But since 2021, I have not criticized him. I didn't say, oh, I want a new quarterback. No. But, yeah, I couldn't stand Jalen Hurts. I couldn't. Because he looked like, I don't know what he looked like, what he was that year. He looked like he didn't know how to throw.
And I'll be the first one to say, I never said for the past year and a half that I've never called for another quarterback. All I said was, please stop turning the football over. That's all. Because you
called for a benching when he that fumble when it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, you wanted him benched week 1 when the ball was snapped over his head by Cam Jurgens. Sam, your time allotment's up. All right, you said what you had to say. You're done. Matt, did you have anything else to say? Okay, my turn. Jalen Hurts.
Did I get booted off my own show?
Yes, you did. Ever since we drafted him, like Matt just said, what did I say? Kid's a winner. He knows how to win. He didn't get ran out of Alabama. He chose to leave Alabama.
Yeah.
What did he do in Alabama? Won national titles. One game they benched him in the first half. Okay, that was kind of.
It was half.
Kind of odd. Probably should have stuck with him. But guess who got them to that game in the first place? He's a winner. Goes to Oklahoma. Heisman finalist. Goes into the draft. He honestly fell further than what he should have fell to. That is why when his name was on the board and the Eagles were on the clock in the second round, they could not pass him up. They had to drop whatever they were originally targeting and draft the best player possible on the board. And what happened since then? Sat in that QB room, watched Carson Wentz fall apart because Carson Wentz just decided that, oh, this guy's taking my job. I don't want to play football anymore. They finally give Jalen the nod. he has a rocky start. He's a rookie. Everybody does. Watch Lamar Jackson have a rocky start too until they figured out how to build a team around him. Which credit to oh my gosh, why am I drawing so Harbaugh? Credit to Harbaugh for being able to adapt as a head coach and create a system for Lamar Jackson for him to succeed in. Now we fast forward. We watch Jalen Hurts get better and better every single year. He started off as a quarterback who made smart decisions. He didn't turn the ball over a lot early on. That kind of developed a little in the years later on after that. He was always good at making decisions. Ball needs to be thrown away. Got to check it down. Got to run out the pocket. We've seen him evolve and adapt over the years. But the one thing that remains constant is he wins. We've seen him throw for over 300 yards. We've seen him run for over like 70-something yards in the game. What does he do? He does whatever he needs to do to help his team win. And I've never once sat here on any of these shows and ever turned my back and said he shouldn't be our quarterback. I've been critical of him in moments, but whenever I heard someone mention the words he needs to be benched, I defended him, shut him down immediately.
Yeah, you better turn your head the other way.
I'm still looking right in the camera.
Jalen Hurts is top 5 quarterback in the league, wherever you want to put him. He's one of the most winning quarterbacks in the league. And he has that leadership mentality that I don't think we've really had a quarterback for I don't even know how long. Carson didn't really give me the leader mentality.
I think
You know who did? No, you know who? Matt, go
Vic,
first, but I'll tell you who
I think Michael Vick.
No, I wouldn't even say Vic, honestly.
No. You know who had it?
Who?
Nick. Nick had it.
I think Nick had it too. He had the leadership mentality. Now, wasn't perfect in all other areas, but the leadership aspect, Nick was a leader too.
Nick was a leader. Nick had a good arm, but he was the Eiffel Tower in the pocket.
I think it's Hurts, Nick, and Vic. I think Vic was more of a leader than McNabb and Carson was, and Bradford and them.
Yeah, McNabb was never a great leader either.
Matt. If we're talking quarterback, don't you ever put Sam Bradford's name in this conversation ever the hell again.
He wasn't that bad, though.
Oh, man.
Matt, my goddaughter is 6 months old. He would have filled out his shoulder pads better.
Oh, God.
He wasn't that bad. But you finished.
Yeah, honestly, we know the problem with that team was. But
yeah.
My thing here, the one thing I will always say about Jalen as well, but if you're just comparing him and Carson, it's the mental toughness. Because I don't care what you ever say. And Tyler, I wanted to bring this up on the show. When I told you I would die on that Carson Wentz hill, what I meant by that was I will die on the hill of saying if that never happens in Los Angeles, that dude would have been that guy.
He was Mahomes.
The problem
was that
he was
healthy.
The problem is
unhealthy Mahomes
is that when he got hurt and watched a backup finish his job, it sat with him for 2 years, and then they drafted Jalen, and that was the final straw.
And to catch up on some comments, Bang Eagles Bang said
about the
fumble was not his fault. The whole face mask they didn't call. And another thing off of that fumble, like you were saying with the mental toughness, what did he do when he came out next drive?
Right down the field, 7 plays.
Kept him in the game the rest of the game. Didn't let it bother him.
Still, real fast, on that fumble. People said that was not a turning point. Nobody said that was third down, first of all. Nobody said it was going to pick up that first down. Nobody said it was going to score on that drive. And we still won it by 10 after that.
Yeah.
Did it
It's
hurt?
just unfortunate that it went to the house. That's all.
Right. Did it
But
hurt?
there were
Yeah.
multiple points in that game where they could have won the game.
The turning point was the refusal to make adjustments second
Defend.
half. Yep.
Yeah. And
Jalen
then
Hurts.
Zoll.
It happened early in the game.
Yeah. Zoll bringing back a throwback question from the preseason. The question is, can Hurts redeem himself? I think Sam was the one who brought that question up. Could Hurts redeem himself? And I remember exactly what I said during those shows. I said, what is he redeeming himself from? Last year, the team fell apart. He still put up one of the best numbers in a season that he has. Yet he did throw a career high interceptions.
Jalen Hurts was far from the problem from what happened last year.
Yeah, he was. The whole team at every level was a problem last year. But Jalen still had one of his best years. Granted, it was the most interceptions.
Jalen, at the end of the day, whatever I said about 2021, whatever, he makes this offense. You can have gaudy stats. You can throw your 300 yards, your 400 yards, your 5 touchdowns, your 4 touchdowns. I will take 150 yards and a W every single day of the week. Take your gaudy stats. Take your Lamar Jacksons. What does that have gotten him? Nowhere. Give me your Josh Allens. Where's he at? Nowhere. What has Burrow done since that year he won Super Bowl? Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing at all. Take your gaudy stats. Fine. Give me a guy who's going to lead his team, and he's going to make you guys honest. Because at the end of the day, without him, this run game does not go without Jalen Hurts.
Nope. This offense does not operate without Jalen Hurts.
And people talk about Hurts. People talk about, Smith and A.J. Brown. I'm going to show you. I'm going to throw you something. You probably know, Tyler. This season, when they're all playing, we're undefeated.
Yep.
We've not lost a game with all three of them playing this year.
Yep.
So whatever happened in 2021, what I said, I was an idiot. I was stupid. Because I was too stuck on that Carson Wentz hill, like Sam was on that Carson Wentz hill.
Because it was understandable because it was tough. We just gave him a massive contract.
Yep.
And not in a year later, just boom, falls apart.
Once again, Howie proved that he was the smartest man in the room and seen it before it even happened.
Anthony, yes.
Yes.
They've done it before this season.
We've seen that in 2022.
And this is the
run
other
game.
problem.
Yeah, run game wasn't
issue.
going 2022 against the Chiefs. They stopped Miles Sanders then.
And they're not.
Jalen threw for more yards than
he can't see.
Yeah.
But
it's not going to happen. I'm not trying to be biased. It's not going to happen. It's not. He's not. You're not stopping him. Maybe you can slightly have a chance to contain him, but he's still
stopping him. Is holding him to 100 yards. That's them stopping him.
That's exactly, and I don't. It's wild because what Saquon Barkley, I never seen this before ever with a running back, and I watched a lot of running backs. Every time he touched the ball, you think he's gone.
Yeah, and then there was a couple moments yesterday too where it was just like one shoestring tackle. If that tackle's not made, might have been to the house.
Yeah.
And whenever you've seen that, a running back do that. When you had your Barry Sanders, I'm not comparing him to them. I'm not doing that.
No.
Yeah.
You knew he's going to get your jukes. But you didn't think every time he touched the ball, he was going to break a 70-yard touchdown.
He's just one of those special players where he has that ability. Anytime that ball goes into his hands, he can break it to the end zone.
The guy is 30 yards away from the all-time rushing record for a season and playoff. 30 yards. And you're going to tell me but y'all, MVPs, where are their MVPs at?
Let's look for them.
sitting home.
Because guess what? The other guy who didn't even get in the conversation this year, Patrick Mahomes, he's still in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. I'm gonna say right now,
Everyone else at home.
maybe offensive player of the year, but not one Eagle is winning an award. You know it's not gonna happen. Ballin should. Ballin's the first linebacker ever in NFL history to have 150 plus tackles, 5 forced fumbles in a season.
Yeah,
Then he
and
should
an
get it.
interception. And 3.5 sacks.
Why is TJ Watt in there for? His
TJ
last
Watt didn't have a stat for the past month.
Because of the last name. That's why.
195 snaps. He went without recording a single stat.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Barkley should be MVP, but it's not going to happen. He should be defensive player of the year. It's not going to happen. Q should be rookie of the year. It's
They'll
not
probably
going
give
to
it to Jared Verse.
Even though Fisk had a better year than him, but he had better stats than him. He had 9 sacks compared to versus 3.5.
Something like that. Real quickly before I go on my little what I was going to say.
I'm done with the Hurts thing. Like I said, you was right. I was wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong. But before I go back to Anthony's comment, I just want to welcome Deborah Harris to the chat. She's talking about MVP mentality from Barkley, saying he's a force to be reckoned with. And I believe what she means with the Embiid thing, I think she's also saying that she was another one that was on the Carson Wentz hill. Yeah. And she's also saying that to Embiid. So, Deborah, thank you for the comments. We appreciate them. And go Bird. Hopefully you're Hopefully you're a mainstay in the chat for weeks to come because we got an important couple weeks coming up.
It sucks. Real fast, Sammy, before you go, it sucks. But I'm still on the hill with Embiid. I hate it, but I am.
I jumped off the hill and I broke both legs.
I know you have.
I'm gone.
Because every time I jump off, he comes out and drops 39, and I'm like, okay.
But that's one game out of.
Wait, hold on. Drops 39 what? 39 DNPs?
Pretty much. By the end of the season, it's probably 39 missed games.
He's almost there now.
Yeah.
He's over that now. He's only played like 7 games, it feels like.
13. Me and Sam haven't talked much NBA, but there's one thing I said to him, and I said it was already bad enough when Joel would, trudge through the season, put up his numbers, get the team to the playoffs, and then he would get hurt in the playoffs and not help them perform. Now I said he's at the point where he can't even perform during the season to help them get to the playoffs.
Nope. See what they're doing, Sam? It's all mind games. He's going to come into playoff healthy this year.
How's he going to come into the playoffs when y'all aren't even in the play-in right now?
And I'm going to say one thing. Us three, let's never, ever make predictions for basketball ever again. Because, boy, are we way off.
I don't even watch it anymore. It's so unwatchable for me.
I don't even know who's the 1 seed in each conference right now.
I had hope for us. I had hope for Miami. I had Miami, the 4th best team. Oh my God!
That was before you knew Jimmy Butler was going to go off his rocker mid-season. Not even
Jimmy Butler came back. Jimmy Butler came back.
Man, but that's what I want to say. I'm never predicting anything about basketball ever again. I'll stick to football.
Deborah, also go Birds. I'm not sure if I read that comment all right, but go Birds. But to Anthony's comment. Anthony, let me tell you why that you will not shut down Saquon Barkley, or as a Commander fan calls him, Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
You can try to, but Saquon Barkley's worst game over the past month came yesterday, and he averaged 8 yards a carry.
And it's pretty. He got the Astringenti treatment. He killed him so much that they had to take him out to limit him a little bit. Because imagine if they just kept giving him the football. He's probably running for like 250 on him, and he's gassed.
Didn't Jalen go for didn't he throw like 8 straight passes?
Yeah,
and Jalen started off the game. He was like 7 for 8.
Clearly, Saquon had a little stiffness in that calf. I mean, they were using the massage gun on. He was on the bike trying to keep loose. But either way, that's Anthony. No, and I know. Look, I'm not comparing the Commanders to the Chiefs, but this is the point, though. We have. Anthony, go right now. Anthony, and no way am I comparing the Chiefs to the Commanders, but Saquon Barkley only had 15 rushes yesterday. A.J. Brown had 96 yards and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert had 85 yards and got tackled by about 19 Commanders, and somehow they get hurt, which I'm very surprised by.
I was honestly expecting on one of those tackles he was just going to lay on the ground there.
Devontae Smith had almost 50 yards receiving. There's too many playmakers. I don't even know if Steve Spagnuolo, who, by the way, this is the same Steve Spagnuolo whose defense we have carved up before.
Yep.
But there's just too many playmakers. All right, go after Saquon. There's AJ. Okay, there's AJ. There's Saquon. There's Goddard. There's Devontae. Hell, what do we always know about Super Bowls, right? Who's always the guy you don't expect, right? What?
Yeah, no, it's going to be?
Be Jahan Dotson.
Nope. It's going to be Mr. 28.
Oh, shit happened.
Gainwell's going to be out. His concussion going to be too bad.
Nah, he'll be
2
back.
weeks, he's playing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jalen Hurts missed 2 weeks.
Yes, because they didn't practice him because he didn't practice for a game.
Let me have my damn moment, okay? Let me dream with Shipley.
It doesn't matter.
You know how big of a Shipley fan I am.
I love Shipley. I'm telling you, that's Danny Woodhead 2.0.
I don't need to watch the ship sink before he gets to the end zone.
You know I don't like Gainwell.
You're not talking about the blanket ship, are you?
Sam, I will boot you out of here.
Boot him out.
Zolt said, I will always say that I was wrong. Barkley didn't get 200 yards or 3 touchdowns, but did get 2+ touchdowns, which was just not important to me.
He could have had some.
All right. Well, look, we've been talking birds for over an hour and 46 minutes. Can we talk? Let's talk about the other game. I guess you can call it a game. I cannot tell you how bad I feel for Josh Allen. May be the most unlucky football player in my life because this guy is just going to continue to have to run into Patrick Mahomes, and I don't know if he's ever going to be able to beat him.
Yeah, Tyler, that's what I think about that game too.
Yeah,
I don't either, Anthony.
First of all, stop trying to do the tush push because you do it completely wrong. Stop trying. You don't go over the top. You go under.
Oh man,
He was trying to Frankie Luvu that thing.
Second of all, you screwed them on that spot. He was way over that first down.
Oh, he was.
And then third, that last pass he threw when Mr. Droppers Kincaid, they they had a flag out, but they picked it up because he dropped it.
Yep.
If you'd have caught that ball, they was going to say some bullshit.
Yep. They had a flag ready for something. Back. There would probably been an illegal man downfield, something.
There was going to be something. Because even now it's like, oh my God, there's a flag. And they was like, oh, never mind, they picked it up. Yeah. They were. But, God.
Can we also agree? I know Matt just brought it up. Can we agree that the illegal man downfield penalty is, without a doubt, the worst penalty in football?
How? You know what? Since we always call for it, Washington had 3 players like 6 yards downfield in the end zone. How come they weren't?
In the end zone? Yeah. The 3 offensive linemen that were in the end zone on a passing play. Yeah, tell me how that happens.
Bet y'all was us. He went through 85,000 flags.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Like I said, that's why I'm not too worried about playing the Chiefs. Eagles are already hated by the referees. They're all against them from every game anyways. It's nothing new.
I hate to say, Sam will 100% agree with me. It's every Philadelphia sports team. They can't stand the Sixers. They can't stand the Eagles. The Phillies get screwed by the umpires. It's everything.
No, the Phillies get screwed because they forget what a curveball is in October.
Hell, watch a Sixers game when Max is getting slapped across the face in his dread pool.
I will not.
They don't call no foul for him. But
What's
you're right.
up, Paulie?
What's up, Paul?
They can't stand
Paul, you should be happy. Your Patriots are they're doing some things. I'll say that. They're doing some things.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
Referees can't stand the Eagles. Roger Goodell can't stand the Eagles.
Oh, Deborah, they probably do. They probably just every team there's an illegal man downfield. It's like the
Except
NFL.
for
There's
Washington.
two things. There's two things guaranteed in life. Someone is illegally downfield, and someone's holding somebody.
Yep.
You're
Someone's
telling me
being
that
held
five
somewhere.
guys. You're telling me that five guys go 1-on-1, blocking each other for a whole game, and there is not one of these every freaking time? Give me a break.
I
They
will
only
say,
call bad ones. That's all.
for Eagles fans who were sitting there complaining, that was a hold on that Jalen Hurts touchdown. He was inside. He was inside his shoulder pad.
It was. Yeah, it was a hold.
People keep saying, "Oh, we got no." It wasn't. We didn't get screwed on it. It was a clear hold. You can't go inside the shoulder pad.
And then, well, let me put this into perspective. We have Mr. Sammy Cakes the Crumb over here, who, when they show the replay on TV, I'm like, Sam, his whole hand was inside of his shoulder pad. And he's like, oh, that barely affected it. He didn't have a chance to tackle him anyways. And I was like,
He hugged him.
Sam.
Oh, no, wait. I thought we were talking.
And we're talking about the Jalen Hurts run where I think they called, who was it? It was Dickerson on the hold. It was a hold.
Yeah, it's a clear
hold. Held for like a Tyler. When I watched Von Miller, hold on. No, listen. When I watched Von Miller get put in a chokehold last night, but Landon Dickerson. First of all, you want to know how long that hold lasted? This is the hold. It lasted a tenth of a second.
No. It was like this for like 2 seconds until Hurts got enough space.
First of all, you're already wrong because he did not have him in here. He had him out here.
Damn.
He
was inside the shoulder.
It was inside. He was inside of his jersey this way.
Okay. He had him for like a tenth of a second.
Meanwhile,
Von Miller is being put in a freaking sleeper hold, and there ain't no one found that one.
Well, the officiating crew, Sam. There you go.
Point out that I forgot Von Miller was on the Bills.
I did too.
Was there?
When he was doing an interview, he looked so old. I thought he was just like in like some sort of analyst role now. I didn't even know he still played.
Cooper was there. Completely forgot they had him.
Oh gosh.
But
he is old.
It's like the thing. What the Dallas Goedert? Where the hell was that flag at?
Which one?
Lattimore had him in the end zone.
No, that was clean.
Yeah.
Dude, Lattimore was hugging and holding him the whole game.
That was clean.
He was just congratulating him.
Yeah, it was Lattimore. That's clean.
He was congratulating him for getting open.
He congratulated AJ Brown.
Yeah, he was so happy for AJ. He gave him a hug.
Gave him a hug.
Lattimore was on something yesterday, man. I don't know what was going on.
That's when you go from getting cooked by Mike Evans to getting cooked by AJ Brown. I mean, it'll do something to your brain.
It's his whole career.
Real quick,
not to put the pause on him. He wants it so bad.
We got to
real quick.
Yeah,
let me catch up these real quick, and then we'll get in more of this AFC title game.
Right. Sam won't accept this.
So, Bengals said people around me kept saying Barkley wasn't going to stay healthy all season. Jalen Hurts is not going to live up to his expectations coming off of last year. Well, guess what? Now we're sitting here months later, and look who's laughing now.
Yep. That's all you heard. That's all you heard from the Giants fans. Oh, have fun. You're getting the bug.
Oh, yeah, they can go kick rock.
The same thing we heard when we got AJ Brown.
Yep.
Yeah, Titans fans. How's that working out for you?
Titans fans said, "Oh, good luck with AJ Brown."
You gotta stay healthy. He's a demon. Well,
they're still trying to prove that in Philly. They're still trying to prove that.
I think
Deborah said it's always
excellence.
Deborah, it's not about fear of Philly teams. It's just pure hatred toward Philly. And
it's probably because of the fan base. I can confidently say that.
Zolt and John decided to just try to roast me in our chat for a minute. So
Tyler's here to hold you accountable.
Oh yeah, always hold Sam accountable.
You are holding me more accountable than Landon Dickerson held that player. I'll give you that one.
Oh my God.
But Sam, Landon Dickerson held him for longer than you hold my shirt trying to stop me from posting you up.
Tyler, the James Bradbury hold on Juju was worse.
No.
But
I'm gonna slap his headphones
Anthony,
off. Tyler, kick him out.
Anthony said,
You know what, Sam? We've heard enough, buddy.
Mute.
now, look. Yeah. Fix the camera back.
I'm fast.
Anthony,
I'm fast with it.
now, Anthony said, watch me see a roughing the passer call against the Eagles. Oh, God. Anthony. No, Anthony, don't call it because you're always right.
Oh,
Now-
Anthony, please.
Anthony, don't do this to us. Don't do this.
Now watch. It'll be against D-Hop's old slow self running around, and they're
Sam,
gonna throw.
He's getting locked up.
Do me a favor now, Sam. Kick him out.
Whoa.
Oh,
Why would you say? Because you know what's gonna happen now.
No. Things I say don't happen. It's only Anthony. So this is all Anthony's fault if it happens.
No, it's always gonna be
Sam's fault.
that's fine. Tim said, happy Victory Monday. Happy Victory Monday, Tim. Yesterday was a result of a combination of good coaching, impact players stepping up, and the continued insane rushing by Saquon Barkley. Damn right it was. But, yeah, I don't really... Will Josh Allen ever beat him? Like,
No.
Yes.
Regular season.
when you look at Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes, what do you compare that to? Like, what is another head-to-head thing that you compare that to?
Tyson and Holyfield.
Brock and Roman.
Brock and Roman. No, it's not, because Brock and Roman would eventually win here and there together. This is getting
I'll
kind of
say this:
lopsided.
as soon as Andy Reid retires and the league moves on from the Chiefs as their favorite, the Chiefs fans are going to be in for a rough time.
No, they're not. Tay-Tay's going to be head coach.
Good luck with that.
Why do you got? Anyways, like you said, though, I agree. This is like Brock and Roman, and guess what? We're Seth Rollins. We're cashing in.
We're cashing in.
Oh, my God.
I think Joe Burrow was more like Seth Rollins. He cashed in that 1 year, and then that was
Wait,
it.
he didn't win.
You're right.
Zolt Thomas just said 15-yard penalty for looking at the quarterback.
Just for looking at him.
Oh, so
Oh my gosh! Hold on. I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it.
Oh boy.
You know how much
What?
you know how much the refs love to pick on Jalen Carter.
Oh,
He's gonna breathe on Mahomes.
They're going to throw him out.
They might eject him. He's just gonna breathe on him.
Anthony said Manning and Brady, but Manning still beat Brady a couple times.
He did. So the Manning and Brady would be more like the Brock and Roman.
This is just like, and I can't critique Josh Allen. Josh Allen played fine.
Oh my gosh!
He played good
no.
enough.
I know what this is. Jordan and Ewing. Ewing could never get past Jordan.
Result said no,
I have to
Allen won't
agree.
beat him. There's a Babe Ruth curse thing going on there. If you want to hear more, tune into Dueling Aces at some point tonight when we get our act together and go live. I think I heard this. What you're referring to. I'm not going to say on here, but I'll let you guys talk about it tonight. I think I heard of that, the curse you're talking about.
Well,
But
Google, here I come.
this is almost like, I don't know. I really don't know how to compare this. Okay, this is like
you
Jake
did.
Paul and all his 6 fights.
You must really want to get.
That's a good comparison.
No, it's not.
One guy always wins, and it's usually rigged.
Tyler
Am
already
I
had it.
wrong?
You already had a perfect comparison.
Yes.
No, yeah, Jordan Ewing. It's absolutely a spot on. And it's almost another one could have been like LeBron before leaving for Miami against Boston.
LeBron and Curry for like 8
LeBron
straight
beat
years.
Curry. Well, oh, good Lord. But again, at least LeBron won at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim said it wasn't that long ago when many people were calling for Sirianni to be fired. This coaching staff showed what quality coaching, listening to your players, and working together can accomplish. He's right. And Nick is the first guy that starts that. You can give Kellen Moore all the credit you want. you can give Vic Fangio all the credit you want, and Vic Fangio could easily be assistant coach of the year. Sorry, Ben Johnson.
Yep.
The Lions had the best offense for the past 3 years. That's great. The Eagles literally had the worst defense in football last year, and Vic Fangio turned it around with younger players, more inexperienced players, in a span of, 12 months?
Yep.
Now, I'm going to ask you the same question. After we win, Tyler, you going to the parade?
Oh, you damn right I am.
Stan said he don't know. I know I am. I'll walk damn Ben Franklin again. I do not care.
Because I missed out on the parade in 2017.
Oh, you missed it?
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you can't miss it again. I need to bring a chair, though, because I'm too short. I couldn't see no goddamn buses.
Bring a step stool. The one of the collapsible ones, just carry it around with you.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm 100% doing it. I don't. That's what some girl did. She had a step stool. Oh, my gosh, she did that. I didn't see nothing. All I see was a bunch of tall.
I got up face to face with LeGarrette Blount. He's a very large man for a running back.
Leave me alone.
Real quickly,
I seen face to face with people's asses. Okay.
I got some news for us. The Saints are flying to Philadelphia tonight to meet with Kellen Moore.
What happened to the rule What's the rule that you couldn't meet with coaches until they was out of the playoffs or the playoffs were over?
Yeah, I don't like that whole little gray area of, if they're not preparing for a game that week, you can talk to them. I hate
when
that.
come about? Number before used to be you can't talk to them until they're either out.
Exactly. Until they get knocked out and their season's done. I remember.
Now all of a sudden it's different.
These teams find these loopholes. They do.
All I will say, and I'm just trying to find the positivity here. Get it out of the way today, and we have the whole rest of the time to get ready for the Chiefs.
Yep. Yeah, and you know what? Out of the way what I saw out of Kellen Moore yesterday in the game he coached.
Oh, he was in his bag.
I'm not worried about a Jonathan Gannon happening because Jonathan Gannon was a crumb. If Kellen Moore is coaching for a head coaching job, he's showing them what he could do. He's showing them how he can prepare an offensive game plan to win a Super Bowl.
Well, if he happens to shit the bed like Gannon, then we'll just have Sirianni call the rest of the game.
Gosh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I'm not trying to look ahead of that, but
I hope they lock up Mike McCarthy. I would love to see it happen tomorrow.
Yep,
please do. Let's just surprise us like Dallas did. Let's do it.
Yeah,
because he was supposed to be the coach. I read, and they screwed him.
Mm-hmm.
Real quickly, so Deborah said, same old story. When we won the Super Bowl with Foles, we never got the respect we deserve. Deborah, I don't want the respect. I don't care what the outside world says about my team. My team's in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah, they all were. And Deborah, you don't need FS1 or ESPN to say the Eagles are one of the elite teams. You know what you do? You come to people that talk about this stuff, and we don't get paid. I don't get paid to put out BS on my airways. I call it how I see it. Yes, I'm an Eagles fan. I will call everything right down the middle, no matter who your team is. Bills, Patriots, Jets, freaking Eagles, Chiefs. I don't care. Other sports with baseball too. And basketball. I don't care. I call it how I see it. I don't want national recognition. Because guess what? At the end of the day, by this time, 2 weeks, the only thing that I care about is hoisting that damn Lombardi trophy. That's all I care about. I want to be on the Clydesdales with Burrow, and it's not even baseball.
They flip-flop so much, these people. I don't want to hear it no more.
Oh, Chase Daniel must be loving life. That idiot.
And I was going to say one last thing, and I'm done with the Eagles, because I know you want to switch off of it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
One last thing.
When
will people learn to leave the Rocky statue alone?
Never. I think it's cute.
Just please stop. Just take the Chiefs' advice in 2022 and don't touch the statue.
Mm-hmm. I think the best people to take the advice from is the Viking fans, because they got destroyed.
Well, I think Washington's one's worse.
Washington put up more points at least.
Yeah, but it gave up 55. I told y'all it was going to be close. I didn't think it was going to be like that, but I said it was going to be close.
I was looking at like at least a 14-point lead, something like that.
Yeah, like 30-20, something.
I had 31-13 with possible late garbage time touchdown to Ertz.
Which is like I had to hear Sam complaining about they could have went into halftime with an 18-point lead. Now it's 15. Okay,
Same shit
it's
Brian
two
said.
touchdowns. It's 2 touchdowns.
Wait, we went to half at 12, didn't we?
Oh wait, no, it was 15 and 12. That's what it was. It was he wanted to go up with a 15-point lead. I said, Sam, what the hell is the difference?
Same thing. Did Sam have a heart attack when we won 3 and out to start?
Oh yeah, that was bad.
I know you
that was bad.
It was to start the second half. It was. That's not a good way to come out.
You know what gets me mad? They do the same thing what the Sixers do. Eagles come out. They'll have a great game running the ball. They'll come out throwing 7 straight times. Sixers, they'll come out and fire 8 straight threes.
I'm gone because of what I just read on the screen, not because of what you said, Matt.
All right, wait. Whose comment? So
oh
I
my
can.
God.
Zolt's comment.
You know what? Forget what everyone thinks. Let's be trendsetters, win the Super Bowl, and then fight. Oh my God.
Well, they'd be setting a trend.
Oh my. Hold on. And then so bang, he goes back and we have to play the villain the whole season. Just come out and be the hero against KC.
How do we go from being the heel the whole season to then we're just thrown as the face in the Super Bowl?
And there's how stupid Commanders fans are. Not you, Anthony, but some said I'd rather watch the Chiefs win a trillion straight Super Bowls than the Eagles to get one. You do realize if you ever want to win a Super Bowl, the Chiefs have to be dethroned, right?
Yeah.
We are the last hope for the NFL, so other teams will actually have a chance to win this shit.
The whole villain thing, what we're doing, and all of a sudden now we're heel, now all of a sudden now we're a face, is this timeless Toni Storm bullshit. She was a menacing heel. All of a sudden now she's a big old face.
Oh my God.
That's what the Eagles were. Big old heel, now we're a face.
Don't talk to me about timeless Toni Storm, huh?
Terrible.
Makes no sense.
Tim said, I'm glad Kellen Moore didn't get the Dallas job, but I hope he doesn't get the Saints job either. He found the way for the passing and run games to be effective, even when it didn't look balanced. Tim, I do not think Kellen's going to go to the Saints. That doesn't scream the Saints to me. I think it's still going to end up being
why would you want to go from a Super Bowl that you're going to compete for it to that stinky team who don't know what they're coming or going?
Yeah,
they got an Adrian Kamara, who I always will say, and I'll take it to the grave. I mean, he's overrated. And the guy never rushed for 1,000 yards in his career.
Yeah,
or may not be there in 3 months.
Yeah.
Why would you want to give this up?
You don't want to go. And the Saints are strapped for money.
Yeah, the Saints is not the lucrative job.
There's no Howie Roseman over there. Yeah, exactly. There's the reason they're the last job.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it.
Exactly.
But
nobody wants it.
But some guys just want to be head coaches.
I don't know why he would want to. Why is he?
As the Washington community, we don't listen to anybody but Anthony comments.
Oh my God. That's great. All right. So, look, is there really anything else? Do you guys want to give some final things about Allen Mahomes? Because I really don't have anything else to talk about except that
it's
Josh Allen is
same-ish, different year.
It's just, there's a big difference. He grew a beard this time.
He grew a beard. Oh my God.
Oh my.
That's the only difference. He grew a beard and still can't beat him.
I'll say this: Bills fans, don't give up on him yet. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope on Josh Allen. They're still a great football team. They're going to find their way in there eventually. They just have to get past all the BS first, but they'll get their way there.
You think? Let me ask you this: while we're still on the topic, do you guys think McDermott is starting to get on that hot seat a little bit because
No.
yeah, he is continuously outcoached by Andy Reid.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it
Was he
continuously?
out Reid?
Yeah.
This year we can talk about. I mean, eventually something's got to change, and they're not going to get rid of Josh Allen.
Well, you can look at the same thing with the Ravens, but guess what? They are not firing Harbaugh. That's not even a thought that's going to cross their mind.
If Mike Thomas still got the damn job at Pittsburgh, no.
I was even going to say that because I brought up an interesting point a few weeks ago, Matt, about Tomlin. Pittsburgh, since what was it? Sometime in the 90s, has only ever had like 4 head coaches.
They've only had
Mike Tomlin's
2000.
Yeah, since 2000, only 2. They
value
value
him.
Their head coaches. They're not going to bail on them for a 10-win season where they don't do much. They don't bail on them because trying to find a good head coach is not that easy.
Nope.
Like finding a good pass rusher.
It's like finding a good pass rusher. It's hard to find.
I will say that Tomlin should get fired before McDermott.
But it's not going to happen.
No.
Because at the end of the... Now, granted, Pittsburgh, they're used to a lot more success. They're used to all them Super Bowls. That's where they want to be. Is Tomlin going to be the one to get them back there? I don't think so.
Well, they're talking
but I don't see them firing him for how they played this season, which they had a good season still.
It ain't going to be no time soon because they're talking about they want to give either Fields or Russ a multi-year contract.
Oh, good Lord, if they give
Russ is too old for a multi-year.
He's going to Vegas.
That's where our whatever the dang owner is, Rooney, whatever his name is. I seen it earlier. He said, "I know I can't get both of them back, but I want to get one of them a multi-year deal."
It's got to be Fields. Honest, that team, I think with Fields playing for them, they were undefeated.
They were.
Yeah, they weren't scoring nothing.
The offense really wasn't good the whole year. It was a little bit better with Russ in there, but still not good. They need to work on the offense, and I still think Justin Fields can be a great quarterback. Maybe not great, but a good quarterback. Good enough with the right pieces around him. Najee Harris is not that piece.
I said that when he first got drafted. Now everybody laughed at me.
Najee Harris, dang.
Najee Harris had a good rookie year, and after that, just couldn't find a gap that had more than 2 yards written on it.
Anthony said John Harbaugh has a better team always than Mike Tomlin, always and done nothing. That is true.
Yeah, I think Harbaugh's teams are stacked more than.
And I don't want to. When we were talking about McDermott, I don't want to hear about the Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh have Super Bowl rings. Them shits are collecting dust.
They are.
But the fact that he won a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco and can't Lamar Jackson is kind of funny.
Hey man, that defense was different.
Yeah, I'm about to say that defense was stacked.
And that offensive line too, man.
Oh, they always had that offensive line was always, and they had better. They had Rice, they had Bolden, in his prime, Torrey Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Rice.
Yeah, but I don't think the Steelers bring back Russ.
I think he's going to the Raiders because of Pete Carroll.
Oh, since you said his name, it really irks my soul. How Ray Rice got blackballed to come back to NFL, but he let Mr. Punters for the Chiefs back to NFL. Kareem Hunt. Mr. Kick his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I keep myself out of these conversations.
But yeah, Ray Rice got blackballed. It's a shame. It's wild. Yeah. How they can do it. They pick and choose who they can keep in and who they can't keep out.
They pick and choose. That's what they do.
Bang, bang, Eagles, bang, Eagles, bang. I keep saying, every time I see bang, Eagles, bang, I keep thinking of that stupid Niner gang thing.
I know.
I keep thinking, I keep almost saying it. But he said teams should take a page out of our book and just sign guys to 1-year contracts and see how their players would do. Honestly, not the worst thing. And extend your guys you draft.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Georgie? Georgie said, what's up, Eagles fans? You guys have the whole world rooting for you in 2 weeks. Yeah, we have to save the world.
I don't know about the whole world. There's a lot of Swifties out there in the world.
No, shut up. All right. I want to talk a little bit of college football before we get out of
Let's
here.
segue into some college.
And I don't want to talk about. All right, Matt. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about the national title game. Congratulations, Ohio State. They won the national title. Big Notre Dame, a tremendous season. They're going to be right back in the thick of these things. It was a good game. Notre Dame fought to the very end. But once again, it's the talent. It's the talented roster of Ohio State. They plunge millions of dollars into that roster.
Yeah, I don't know why he decided to go all out blitz and leave dude on the island, what Smith or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't recommend, especially when you have one of the best center field safeties in the nation.
One thing, if you had Benjamin Morrison back there, fine, because he was before he got hurt. The last 2 years, he was ranked the best corner in the country. That's different. But Christian Gray, he has some big picks, but he's getting destroyed a lot all year. You gonna go
Trayvon Diggs?
Oh God!
You don't even leave Xavier Watts back there. Shame. What really blew my mind? You're down 16. Why are you kicking a field goal?
Well, here's my other thing, right? You're talking about the blitz with with Jeremiah Smith left on an island, right? Did they not watch Texas try the same? I mean, did they not see Arizona State try the same damn thing with Texas? And look what happened. You don't all out blitz in that moment. No. You got to keep somebody back there.
If you're going to blitz fine, but don't bring it all out.
Yeah. Man. You can send extra pressure, but you don't have to send the whole house at them.
Yeah.
But no, I want opinions, and I want to talk to the. So we've got Notre Dame fan, Penn State fan. Tyler, do you really have a college team, or are you kind of just like a viewer?
I kind of just watch.
Okay, so I want.
He's Oklahoma Roll Tide.
Oklahoma Roll Tide, no. I like Texas, but I don't follow them.
He's not a Quinn Ewers guy.
I only said that because I said because of Jalen Hurts.
Jalen. He's a Sooner Tide.
Yeah. Oh God.
But I just want an opinion. In the new era of college football, with more transfers coming because of NIL money, with the new playoff format, how would you guys rank the first year in this new era of college football? And we can go around the horn here, and everyone can give their opinion.
It's great because
wants to go first.
It's great because it showed that the top 4 teams are not actually top 4 teams. There could be teams better than them.
Yep.
Yeah.
The top 4 teams, they really were not the top 4 teams. Because the way that they did that seeding based off of who won their conferences, ridiculous.
Your 8th and 7th seeds made it. Your
the
8th and 7th seeds.
The top 4 seeds need to be the top 4 from the AP poll before the championship games.
And just like the NFL, we have to reseed each round.
Yeah. Because I'm sorry, Boise State does not deserve a bye.
Oh my God, Anthony.
Looks like a Purdue guy. Purdue? Anthony, that was the most outrageous comment you've ever put. Purdue.
You strike me as an Alabama guy.
Alabama? What do I look like? Front runner?
No, just
not with Kalen DeBoer anymore. How long you give DeBoer at Bama?
I don't know.
I give him next year. If they're not in next year, then they're not going to go. They're not going to go. He's going to get fired.
I'll tell you one thing.
I remember when Ryan Day was on the hot seat. Now he's got a national title.
Tyler, I won't bang your head.
All that talk.
So, Matt, we're talking overall college football. Sorry, it had to be brought up. I remember he was on the hot seat.
Yeah, him and Fat Boy Chip Kelly, team ruiner. Somebody said that Kellen Moore goes, you should hire him as an offensive coordinator.
Shut up. If Kellen Moore leaves for New Orleans, the only name I better hear is Bobby Slowick. That's the only name I should hear.
They're going to bring back Frank Wright.
I'm okay with that too.
But the playoff, though, I liked it. I can't wait till next year. And it's not knocking Leonard, but now next year, we have a 4-star who actually can throw the ball. I'm not talking about Angeli either. I'm talking about Carr. Keep an eye out for him, Sam.
I will.
CJ Carr.
Is he any relation to Derek Carr and the Carr family?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I have no idea, but I know this dude is nasty. We're getting one of the top corners from Bama coming over to us. Devontae Smith.
And see, that's the point.
Funnily enough, Devontae Smith.
This is the point. The portal and the NIL money, it's like Alabama doesn't have 3 Heisman winning wide receivers sitting behind each other anymore. It's evening the playing field to these other schools. Like, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but Penn State may be a Final Four team again next year.
I think we both will be. We got
Drew Aller. Well, here's what I looked at. Drew Aller made the right decision to come back to school. The Notre Dame game showed he's not NFL ready.
Yep.
They made adjustments. He did not. All that returning upperclassmen talent, the new class coming in, the guys that are transferring over. And, I'm sorry, you just added the best defensive coordinator in college football. You just took Jim Knowles away from Ohio State. Do you know how freaking big that is?
That's huge.
And
let me ask them too. For everybody crying about Notre Dame not being in the conference, we just took in $20 million for ourselves because we're not in the conference. You know how much money we use to bring people in now? That's why they do not. That's why they're not in the conference, because they get all this money for themselves, for their school. We can bring people in now.
Deborah's going on a tirade about Chip Kelly in our chat.
Oh man,
Tim said Chip too.
I think we won. I think what Vic, Jackson, Macklin, McCoy. I think we won like 2.
We would at least got 1.
At least.
Yeah. But Zolt said the format needs a lot of work. In the format, the bye week actually works against teams who have it, almost a month off of football, then go play a great elite team who played the week before. I will say that. It's not the bye week, it's the way it's set up. I agree with that. I also agree. The seeding should not, I don't care who wins their conference title game. They need to change just how they seed it. Like, they need, and again, we have to reseed after every round. And I agree with Tyler. There should not be a separate ranking system for the playoffs. The top 14, it's like the NBA. If you were the top team in the Eastern Conference, you were the top team. If you're the number 1 seed, you get a bye. If you're the number 2 seed, you get a bye. So say next year, the top 4 teams, which honestly, this could be true. Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Texas. There's your top 4 teams. They get bye week. And I think Texas. I think Texas will be back in there because I'm sorry, real quick, Matt. The reason I say Texas, they're upgrading at starting quarterback next year.
Big upgrade.
You got to take Notre Dame out the bye week. We're not allowed to get one since we're not in a conference. No, it's really we can't be no higher than the 5th seed either.
Oh my!
Is that really a thing? You can't be higher. You can't be
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Than a 5th seed.
If we want undefeated and finish number 1 in the country, we won't get number 1 seed.
That's ridiculous.
We can be no higher than the 5th.
That's ridiculous.
Because we're not in the conference. So we won't ever get a bye week, which is a bunch of bull crap. But what I do say they need changes, the teams that have a bye week, they should at least get a home game. There's no reason to go out to a whole different stadium while the other teams the week before got home games.
Only maybe like the bigger bowl games. So like your semifinals and your final game should be at a different neutral site. But everything else leading up to that should be home field.
Quarterfinals, they should get a home game.
Yeah.
And I agree with what Matt and George were saying about that NBC money that Notre Dame's getting. They'll be just fine. And Anthony's saying that they're claiming that Oregon's going to have the 2 top 10 wide receivers in college football next year. Thank God we got Jim Knowles. Thank God we got Jim Knowles. And see, this is what I'm talking about, right? Don't get me wrong. Kyler, you probably watched it. Outside of me, probably a little more than Matt. Penn State's defense last year was not bad. It was really good.
They played really good second half football.
But you didn't. But when it came down to the last some games like Oregon, dreadful. Notre Dame in the second half, dreadful. You just took the best DC in college football away from the national champion.
Did y'all know? Go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
All I need now, because now, just remember this: April 16th is the first day that the spring transfer portal window opens. If Penn State threw out $3.1 million to Jim Knowles, you don't think they'll go throw some NIL out for a top wide receiver?
They will.
Because here's the thing. I love the 2 they got. The kid Ross from Troy, I think he could be a down-the-field threat for Drew Aller. Because, once again, Drew Aller likes to operate outside the numbers. He can throw the ball downfield. He had enough. He had one pass-catching target that teams had the game plan for, and that was freaking Tyler Warren. Now, next year, it's going to be different. We're going to have Dinkins and Reynolds at tight end. They'll be solid, but they're not Tyler Warren. They're going to run the football with Singleton and Allen, and they're going to freaking hopefully Ross and Kyron Hudson can catch the football. If Drew Aller puts the football near Kyron Hudson, he can catch it. If they can go out and get one more wide receiver in that portal, the offensive line has 5 NFL players on it. The defense, not only does it have Jim Knowles coaching it, it has some of the all right, yes, we're losing Abdul Carter, but almost everybody else is coming back. And adding Knowles to that to scheme them, this is all pointing for Penn State to have a big year. And now, I know the narrative with James Franklin, the pressure will be on next year. Because this is a big year coming up for James Franklin. But no, the only issue I really had with anything this year was just the playoff and the seeding and the bye week stuff. Like, I'm sorry, Arizona State should not have had a bye week.
Well, we can do what they did years ago. So you really don't follow college, saying you might know, you might not know. Did you know that they used to vote for the winners for championship? They never played a game. So the number 2, the 1 and 2 teams, they didn't play a game. They voted for it, which is weird. But yeah, they used to vote for who should be the national champion. They didn't actually play the game. We could always go back to that way.
That's ridiculous.
Oh God, I'll never win anyway. If we were doing that, Bama would have won like 16 straight. George said 2012 ND was ranked preseason number 1, and then last time they finished number 1 was in 1988.
Yeah, because I believe that year, 2012, I think we finished top 4 when we got completely smoked by Alabama in the championship. Completely smoked. It was like 45-7.
Zolt said it's PSU getting a head coach in the portal. Thanks, Zolt.
Damn.
And then Georgie also said earlier, yes, Notre Dame has gotten the 1 seed before. It was just that it was before you were born. It was back in my day. George, not that old. Relax. Holy crap.
Yep. Well, I know. I follow all the. I'm a type of person that football's my main thing, so I look back all to that. One last time it was this, and last time it was that. And last time we had a quarterback was probably since damn Joe Montana. Probably the last time we had a good quarterback.
I had to go with Joe Montana. I had to watch Christian freaking Hackenberg throw balls to safeties for 3 years.
Well, don't forget, you got to watch
Brady Quinn.
Sean Clifford for 10 years.
I watched Brady Quinn. So I don't want to hear it, okay?
Sean Clifford was with Penn State for at least 10 years. I swear he was here when Paterno was here.
Oh, my God.
I like how you just jump over my comment completely.
Anyway, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Clifford. I had Brady Quinn.
Brady freaking Quinn.
Who was the other Notre Dame dude that came out was a bum recently?
Oh, Ian Book?
Which one?
Who's on the Eagles? Isn't he on the Eagles? Right? Practice squad?
Ian Book.
Ian Book?
He was.
There's another
he
one.
was.
There's another one.
Man, how do you remember this?
There was another one who came in around the time Brady Quinn came in. He was completely trash. Oh, my God. I think he played for Cleveland.
Colt McCoy? No.
No.
I don't know where Colt McCoy went to school.
Oh, man.
Did Colt McCoy play for Texas?
Yes. I'm going to look this up real fast.
Anthony said Arizona State shouldn't have had a bye. George said Ian Book is on the Chiefs. Is he? Well, he is now.
Now he is, yeah. We signed him for a whole week?
Yeah, when Jalen was knocked out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is, Sam. Found two of them, actually.
Oh.
Brady Quinn, Jimmy Clausen.
Who?
And DeShone Kizer.
Oh, DeShone
Kizer. My God.
Yikes.
Not this song.
So don't ever talk to me about quarterbacks ever again.
I had to watch Matt McGloin. You remember Matt McGloin?
DeShone Kizer
was better in college than Matt McGloin.
Jimmy Clausen
was better in college than Matt McGloin.
Tommy Rees.
You know how bad Matt McGloin was? We had to have two quarterbacks run our offense that year. Jay Paterno had no idea what to do. That's how bad
At least he had decent quarterbacks.
They were that decent? Oh, man, I don't know what the hell we're talking about then. Anyway, but results say Cleveland, trash player. You be more specific.
Yeah, Kizer and dang, I just said how his name was. Now I forget. Jimmy Clausen. I think he played for Cleveland, didn't he? Clausen or somebody else?
Clausen was also. I think Clausen was on Carolina as well.
He was on Carolina. Yep.
George said Ian Book is the winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history. What's the problem? He won more than Joe Montana, and Cleveland ruins all quarterbacks' careers.
Well, didn't Joe Montana win the national championship here?
Did he? I don't know. I wasn't alive.
I had no problem with Ian Book. It is a quarterback before him. We ever had a really decent Book can throw, but he wasn't great as a runner. This year, Leonard, he can't throw, but he's a good runner. This guy Carr he could do both.
And now next year, you're going to also have to be prepared for Michigan to be back in the fold because they got Bryce Underwood, the 5-star kid, coming in, so they're going to be really good.
In Georgia, he may be the winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history, but what did he win?
I think my winningest quarterback is Trace McSorley.
Oh my gosh!
This is what I mean.
Your team has some weird name quarterbacks. I swear.
Well, hell, we used to be wide receiver U until we forgot how to get wide receivers. I used to have Godwin and Deshaun Hamilton and Jahad Dotson. Now I got freaking Trey Wallace.
Sam, you have Clifford Big Red Dog. You had I will give you a swirly in the toilet head. You got Christian Hamburger. You're quarterbacks, man.
Thank God I have Drew Allen. Thank God I have Drew Allen.
Hackenberg. He was damn hack.
You know the last good quarterback I had before this? Kerry Collins.
Who?
Back in 2000. The 25 freaking years, man.
Could have had Jimmy Clausen.
Probably wouldn't have minded Jimmy. But
at least you had Saquon. Oh, no, we had Jerome Bettis, so I'm okay with that.
Well, look at us. We've had Micah Parsons, Saquon Barkley, Chris Godwin. Who else has been out there? Jahan Dotson,
Sanders.
Miles Sanders. Yeah, Miles Sanders. Freaking Abdul Carter, who's going to come out this year. We
looking like he's going to go number. Looks like he's going to go number one.
I know. I'm depressed. I want him to kind of. Can he Laramie Tunsil himself so he didn't drop? So the birds can come up and grab him.
Titans. What are you doing? You need a quarterback.
Yeah, but are either of these quarterbacks going to be good? This is a really bad class.
I know Milroe is going to be trash. He was trash for Alabama. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't. Milroe is. Someone's going to view him as Jalen Hurts, and it's not even going to be funny.
No, you know he's going to be worse. He's going to be a worse Bryce Young.
Bryce Young could build off of his second half of the season still, though. I still have a little bit of hope for Bryce Young. As long as they actually put stuff around him and Dave Canales can fix his defense, I think the Panthers could be in a solid shape. But my last thing on
also, I want to say.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say one last thing to people. I know we're off the Eagles thing, but the people it hurts. Do you guys remember when everybody was clamoring for Malik Willis because he threw like a 90-yard bomb and they wanted him? He threw that in the combine. He threw like a 90-yard pass.
Oh, my God. Really?
How'd that work out with him? Guy stinks.
Anthony
said, people, Sanders is not enough. Sanders, I'm going to tell you right now, Anthony.
He is not.
People trash me for this. It's not going to work.
He's
too fancy for NFL. He's all about the glitz and glamour and the pictures and Mr. Gaudy Statman and thinks he's better than everybody. He told dude, oh, yeah, you're this, but I'm legendary. Stop. Just stop. You're not a quarter. It's not going to translate. It's not. Him and his stinky brother is not going to translate either.
Who, Silo?
He sucks too.
Travis,
and they're going to be ashamed that he might be good. It's going to be ashamed though that Sanders is going to be the guy. He's going to be another LeVar Ball, and he's going to determine where they go, and he's going to end up ruining their careers. Thank God the Ball brothers got away from their dad.
Yeah, that whole.
But no, I don't think Sanders is going to translate to NFL. He's too glitzy glamour for me. He will never make it on a Giants or an Eagles team because the media and the fan bases will rip him apart. He can't survive that. So, Anthony, I agree 100%. He's not number one quarterback.
No, he's not.
None of these quarterbacks really are. They don't strike me as no. I don't see nothing fancy about this damn quarterback class.
It's not. Next year's better.
All that. That's all my. That's with me.
Tyler, you got anything
to say about college?
Tyler, you got any final words for college football talk?
Nope, they just got to finish it. They got to fix the playoff format. It was a good start. Definitely needs tweaking, but that's really about it.
I am just happy that, I agree. I think they need to fix with the seeding and stuff like that. But I will say college football for the foreseeable future, barring major changes to anything else, is going to be great because it is now more competitive. Not just in the terms of 12-team playoff, right? The NIL money in the transfer portal now, all these teams are going to have chances to get players, and teams will be more competitive. Like I said, next year, Big Ten, just Big Ten alone, Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan. It is going to be a bloodbath in the Big Ten next year. It's going to be so freaking fun. And I'll tell you now, can we agree on this? The SEC dominance is dead.
Yep.
The only reason and first of all, can we stop acting like the SEC was dominant?
It's not SEC dominance.
No,
The handful of teams in the SEC.
it was 2 teams in the SEC.
It was Alabama and Georgia. That's it.
And and the SEC was robbed. Who the hell cares what South Carolina does?
South
Even
Carolina.
though South Carolina does have some NFL players, but still,
They
the
produce
SEC,
some NFL talent, but they don't do anything else.
So you're not competing for the natty. This is not. No one cares about Auburn. Auburn hasn't been good since Cam left. Nobody cares about it. The better conference in football has usually been the Big Ten. The Big Ten now runs, now with the way these conferences are set up, the Big Ten's going to run college football for a while. Like I said, Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan. Zolt said it's definitely a down year for quarterbacks. It is. And then Georgie said Montana, by the way, 1975, Notre Dame was 8-3. 1976, injured. 77, 11-1. 78, 9-3. Yes, in 77, he won the Natty. And then Anthony said it's almost time for DC Defenders football to start. But my final thing with college, it's more competitive. The SEC is not going to run the whole damn show. In the SEC, literally all you have is Bama winning every 2 years, Georgia would be good for 1 year, and then LSU would come in every 5 years. And LSU hasn't been shit since Burrow.
Yep.
My God, that team was stacked. But they weren't more stacked. Did you ever see the 2017 Bama team? That team was stacked. You had Jacobs and the Harris brothers at running back. You had freaking Ruggs and Smith and all those wide receivers. And Deborah says she agrees Big Ten all the way. There we go. Zolt said the SEC downfall started last year, but we got ESPN ramming it down our throats because they have a contract with them. He's right. Yep. And you know why this is why the NIL money is killing the SEC, because now teams are all and schools are legally allowed to pay kids. Don't tell me Alabama wasn't paying kids.
Yep.
It was clear as freaking net.
Yep.
But
that's all I got. That's it for me.
But holy crap, what a show. What are we on? Oh my God, 2 hours and 42 minutes. Holy crap. Guys, what a night. What a show. Zolta said George dripping off those Montana stats before he had a color TV. I swear, why is Mike Garofalo got to tweet out something about Jonathan Gannon right now?
Yeah.
Garofalo, shut up. But all right, guys, thank you everybody so much for joining us tonight. Zolt, Anthony, Deborah, Carol, Anthony, so many more. Paul was in here. I can't remember all the damn people that were talking on this show. Bang Eagles Bang. I think that was the YouTube name. I hope it's not Bang Bang Niner Gang, because their Bang Bang days are over. Matt, thank you for coming on with us as always. Another fun show. Killed it. Bruiser, I want to throw Bruiser's name out there. Always throwing out with those great triggering comments of his. But we want to thank everybody for joining us on tonight's episode. We had an absolute blast talking with everybody. We hope you all enjoyed Conference Championship weekend. Brian, you had to come in at the last damn minute, so I have to read this. He said, y'all probably talked about this already. I just got off work, but why are the Niners? Because the Niners are afraid that we may finish a job that they couldn't.
Yep.
But we'll wait. We'll see that, because, guys, next week. Thanks, John. Appreciate your comments as well. I totally forgot. John, I'm not used to you commenting on my stream.
Thank you, John.
But, guys, next week, Super Bowl preview show, Eagles, Chiefs, be here or be squared. Hope you all have a safe week. Hope you all, if you're an Eagles fan, I know you're happy. If you're a Chiefs fan or a Swiftie, I know you're freaking happy. But Bang Eagles Bad Day, you're welcome. I'm going to change my name, but I'm keeping the Eagles part. Go right ahead. I love the name. I love that name. But thank you all for throwing your comments in tonight. We had a blast talking with all of you. That's why we have the comments now up on the stream instead of just clicking onto them. We want all your comments to be said, because once again, you guys make the show. We don't have a 2 hour and 40-minute episode without, of course, Matt being a lovely guest of ours, but with all these comments, talking with you guys throughout the night. So, guys, have a safe week. Super Bowl preview next week. We'll see you guys then. For Tyler Adams, Matt Arendek, I'm Sam Nelson. Good night, everybody.